and gentlemen, welcome to the Healesville Sports Complex for the AFL Yarra Rangers Community Bank Football Netball Division 2 Yarra Valley Water Reserves.
Thank you very much, Neil. Studios of Yarra Valley FM. We welcome you back here and good morning to everybody. It is the Reserve Grade Grand Final in the AFL Yarra Rangers Division 2. At the moment, they are doing the warm-ups and now they're going to be lining up for the National Anthem. We'll wait for that.
With respect to the elders past and present, and acknowledge the important role of Australia's First Peoples continue to play with the Yarra Rangers community. Gembrook Soccer 2 finished the regular season in first position on the ladder with 12 wins and 4 losses. Seville entered the 2018 season in fifth position on the ladder, having won 10 games and lost 5 and drawn 1. Good luck to both sides in today's game. The weapons for today's game are Liam Clarkson, Andrew Eglinton, Ray Dobby, Emma Themby, Philip Tobias, Callum Ludwig, Dylan Coppin, Lee Taylor, Ben Selby Hill, and our emergencies James Morrison. Congratulations and good luck to the umpires as well. Now we ask if you could all please stand for the Australian National Anthem.
Just about in readiness now to play the National Anthem. Hopefully you can hear it through our effects mic. Never stops giving me goosebumps, that Walshy, the National Anthem, the best version thereof. Julie Anthony's, of course, and the wind has started to spring up a little bit here at Healesville too. Walshy,
yeah,
just
a bit windy.
Looking at it as though it's not the normal breeze you get here at Healesville. It normally blows from the visitors' rooms down towards the dog track end of the ground.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to the visitors' rooms.
It is. It's going the other way around. So interesting to see how the toss would go. If I did win it, definitely kick towards the township end, and normally the wind will switch. So we'll have to wait and see. So the got about 3 minutes to go as the umpires, like I mentioned to you before, Liam Clarkson, Andrew Eglinton, Ray Dobby running in the field. In goals we've got Emma Themby and Phil Tobias. And on the boundary lines we've got Callum Ludwig, Dylan Coppin, Lee Taylor and Ben Selby Hill. So good luck to all the umpires as well. At the moment the B grade netball is being played over at netball courts. Seville taking on Yay, and at the moment it's the Seville girls 20 leading Yay 12. So interesting to see how all this lines up. Jason, are you able to hear us yet?
Daniel Wilkie has won the toss and will be kicking to the visitors' rooms end.
Okay, up to the township end, of course, and then you've got the dog track end, or the Gembrook end as we like to call it. And we do welcome back Matthew Tobias and
Fatia, sorry.
No, I was just looking at the goal umpire there, and Matthew Fatia. Sorry, I'll unmute you this time of Matt, and
sorry, mate.
You're huffing and puffing, a bit of fitness.
Yeah, bit of a jog over there, mate. There was a bit of blowback with the speaker and the microphone there.
I'll just take that back there.
No, I was talking about out there.
Yeah,
we could hear it. You sounded a bit like Steve Bracks there for a minute.
Put me off a little bit.
Just thanking Ernie Eels for winning a golf tournament. So we've gone for a couple of the scores, and be interesting to see how this game goes. Matthew, the Gembrook side won the toss, kicking to the township end.
Correct.
Which is left of your radio dial, and of course...
And there's a pretty strong breeze out there.
Yeah, it's actually not the normal breeze. It normally blows from the visitors' rooms to the dog track, or the Gembrook end, up that end. So it's a good wind toss to win by Gembrook, because if anything's going to happen, the wind will shift, and it'll turn down the other way later. I'm hoping for that anyway, Matthew. Later in the afternoon, so we'll have to wait and see how we go. We've gone through our umpires as well. B grade at the moment is being played at the moment, Matt, and they're 21-14. Seville Blues over Yate at this stage.
Undefeated Seville side there.
Oh, well, yes. Well, didn't do Ringwood much good in the Eastern Football League, did not. So we're just waiting now as the players get in readiness, get a few of the crowd off the ground as well. Good crowd as well. here today. It's going to be umpire Andrew Eggington who's going to get us underway in the reserve grand final of a season 2018. Of course, it's the Yarra Valley Water Cup, and they play 20 minutes flat, Matt, if you aren't aware of that, in the reserves here. So just waiting for the okie dokie. Big fella Mullett in the ruck for Seville. The crowd getting involved as well. Sorry, who's that?
Neil in the ruck for Gembrook.
Neil in the ruck. And umpire holds the ball off to start the first quarter. Umpire England throws it nice and high as well. Both ruckmen got a little bit of hand to that, but it's going to be Gembrook with the first centre clearance. A bit of a wobbly old kick up to the top of the 50-metre ruck. Wilkie picks it up, got a very quick handball. Absolutely no one there for Gembrook. Seville get the returning turnover. Comes onto the broadcast wing in front of, and a very sluggish running there, and Strachan, he did get away with his opponent. Got a very quick kick in as well. Handball over the top by Gembrook's Wareham. It gives it to a team under a lot of pressure. There's a whistle on play.
Dangerous tackle.
One of those sling tackles. Okay, we don't like them, do we? That's a poor kick and a turnover straight away, and a comfortable mark taken by Saniga. Centre wing, a broadcast side of the ground here at Healesville. For Saniga, long kick down the line. It's going to be a long way home from there, but it's a good kick, and he finds a T-mark right on the chest. You can play on straight away. On the left foot he goes, and this is Young. Puts it into the top of the forward 50 there now. A lot of players up for the football. Picked up off the pack there by Gembrook's Wareham. Got a handball out, and they can switch play to the outer side of the ground. Here they go now. You can have a couple of bounces if you like. On the right foot in front of the kiosk now they go. Long kick, outer side of the ground, in the race for the footy. Too many civilians out that way now. I think that could have been...
That was the Djohan.
Yeah, it was the Djohan man.
Mustard.
Djohan finds a teammate on the outer wing.
So the Seville here, the Blues on centre wing. Long left foot ball towards half forward. No big fine. It's a good mark taken there by Jack van der Zwart for the Gembrook Cockatoo. So right half back now on the far side of the ground, not helping us much here.
They always play on the wrong side.
Of course they do.
Where you park the bus.
So van der Zwart swings it inboard. Good diving effort there from the Blues. Swapped into the middle. It's all Cockatoo numbers here, but picked up by Aaron Knight. His handball found a target there in Atkins, who swings it wide, and they go long towards centre four. It's a big fly. Good spoil there by Dean Smith. It's hit the deck now. Sloppy handball from Strachan. Couldn't find a target. Coming through and whacking it on the boot there is Lee Atkins, and it's a high ball to centre forward where Sonny Saniga is taking a strong mark. They're into the breeze, so he won't have the journey from 50 and goes short to an unmarked man in the pocket.
Oh, pretty casual.
He just nonchalantly took that mark, and he's going to go back and have a shot by the looks of it from 35 metres out on a 45-degree angle. It looks to be James Young.
It is James Young. We've only been going 2 minutes. And
so Jimmy Young. Jimmy Young.
Poor checking there from Gembrook.
It was horrible checking while
on his own.
He didn't even have to get out of a walk while
that's it. Just had so much time.
So he's going to come in, James Young. It's pretty top, right in front of the Seville bus as well. They'll be up if he kicks this into the breeze. That left foot one, he stabbed at it. It's gone across the face, and it's another good mark here paid. So it's another mark there for Brandon Stevens in the pocket. Now he's got a chance to go with the right foot Bunana from here. The wind looks to have died down a little bit.
It does at that end. You've got a bit of a cold.
The dead pocket. Dead pocket. So Brandon Stevens does go the check side.
It's gone straight across
and
the face.
He's kicked it about 35 metres out on the floor on the other side. So it's still yet to score here. We've gone 3 minutes in the first term of the Division 2 Reserves Grand Final here. Gembrook yet to score, as are Seville.
Reed's got the free kick there in the back pocket because of an out on the full by Seville. A long kick. It's very high. Who wants to take that? Specky in the making for somebody. Mullett, the big fella at the back, stood tall. Did it a bit easy there, the big man. Got to keep it away from there. Puts his right boot in it as well. Straight back from whence it came. And they're playing a bit of kick to kick these two sides. Need to switch the
Everyone
play.
needs a touch early, Leo.
They do. Strobeck's got it. Goes very low and long. And that's cool. It's going to be played.
Early whistle.
Good enough for me. I say that's young Darcy Williams. Famous name up at Gembrook. Goes wide once again. It's a long way around on this ground. Bit of fitness for the twos is going to come into it towards the end of the day here. Massive ground. VFL proportions. And there's a big pack of players, and it's going to have to be...
How big is the ground? Do we know the dimensions?
Yeah, it's about 165 long.
That's
when you got
the
true
MCG.
Yeah, true 50s and true 50 square, and it's about 135, 140 wide. So she is one big ground.
Plenty of space out there for those uncontested types.
So it's umpire Ray Dobby with it. He goes, I'm going to go here, I'm going to go there, and they're going to throw the ball up. So get the heck, just chuck it up in the air. He does that now. Up they go. Mullett probably got a little bit better out of that. Seville once more, a little bit of a clearance out of that skirmish. Trying to punch the ball further forward there for Gembrook. It was more, probably could have grabbed it, but Seville do pick it up. They put it in that forward 50 once again, doing all the attacking other Blues.
Good tackle.
Good tackle laid by Strobeck. Was it dangerous? Umpire says no. Little handball comes over the top. Was it good enough? You're on the left foot, can't do that. Goes back to right, and consequently the kick is smothered. picked up there and just run over the boundary line for Seville is Pereira. And it's going to be a throw-in. 4.5 gone, no score now.
You were saying before about kick-to-kick, 5 turnovers each side.
That's not good signs, is it, Walshy, for the stand of the game. But everyone will settle. Those grand final nerves will go away. Andrew Egginton says, come on, boys. No contact till the ball's in the air. The nominated ruckman. And we go up. It's a good, strong tap down there by Basto. And hacking it off the ground, there was a Seville player who's given away a free kick for kicking in danger. No, too high. So it will be a free kick.
End.
It will be a free kick to Dean Smith with the man bun.
Played a bit of senior
Man
footy
bun
this
and the
year
leg
at Gembrook.
tattoo. Dean Smith.
Good player.
He's a flamboyant number. So he's going to go towards centre wing. And the kick is looking for and finds the target there, Daniel Cock. So Cock, he's got a couple options down the line.
I spoke to him earlier too, mate, and not only does he have the surname that way, he's also a little bit cocky. Gave me a bit of cheek.
There's a free kick here for Daniel Wilkie, the skipper. Right on the Yarra Rangers cancel logo here, just for the centre wing. Nick Scortino giving away the free kick there for the Blues.
This bloke as big as he is, he's got fantastic hands below his knees.
So Wilkie, good hands for a big man, goes long down the line. Big fly, nothing doing. Mac got the spoil. Trying to slap it forward, but Gembrook just mauling it forward there. Well done by Marcus Wybrot, the late inclusion. And we're going to have a boundary throw in just inside forward 50 for the Cockatoos.
Former cricket protege of our statsman over here.
Oh, is he?
Yep.
Not a very good cricketer. Yeah.
Throw in right in front of the scoreboard, which shows 0-0 at this stage, and we've gone 6 minutes in the first quarter. Mullett got the left hand. There's a lot of players around this footy. Someone's got to be prepared to split out of that. There's too many Gembrookins in the honeypot. And that way, if the handball comes out, it's going to go nowhere. So be prepared to run out. This is umpire Liam Clarkson who throws it up. Nice little tap out that time by Neil of Gembrook Cockatoos. Been picked up and by your protege over there, Walshy and Wybrot. Couldn't do too much with it. Ball's pinging around a bit like a pinball at this stage. Oh, diving on the football and then diving on top of his opponent. That could have been pinked for incorrect disposal. Holding the ball, whatever they call it these days. Lee Aikens sat on top of him. That's going to be another ball up. Let's see if we can get another score out of this. Both ruckmen hit it, just ping straight up in the air, and it goes out of bounds for a throw in front of the old scoreboard. 7 gone, 0. It's going to be a soccer score, I think, at the moment. So we'll try and get a B-grade netball score up and running at the moment. It's just updating itself. It's a big throw in over the back of the pack. Mullett got the right hand on that. It's on the ground once again. You know more about technology than me. Just don't blow the bus up, Matt. That 2-top looks very, very good. There's wires everywhere.
There we go. We've got to score Seville 26, Yay 19.
Okay, that's in the B-grade grand final. Up they go once again. Mullett got it out. There's a lot of players around this footy trying to break through. The pack there was Trainor of Seville. Kick around the corner over the back of the pack. Of course, too many Brookings there. And that's Van der Swart takes the mark centre wing.
Yeah,
broadcast side.
That's 50 as
and it's going to be 50 going over the mark. Sonny Saniga.
Give him another one.
Walshy was onto it.
He got warned to get back 3 times and didn't listen.
Van der Zwart's been good early there across half back.
Yeah, Gembrook had 2 players sitting back there.
Oh, that is a big 50.
No, it's too short.
That's a massive 50. So Jack Van der Zwart should kick this.
You're used to 25s,
I am used to them. So,
which I think is appropriate, actually.
Well, not on this ground.
Not on this one, no. Our umpires actually divide the ground into thirds, and that's what they sort of break.
So here we go, Van der Zwart from about 20 metres out, slight angle. Distance won't be a problem. Will accuracy be?
Good looking.
No, it won't. That's a beautiful kick.
Yeah,
straight through the high diddle-diddle, and we're off the mark here in the Division 2 Reserves Grand Final. Jack Van der Zwart puts the first one on the board. Gembrook Cockatoo run 1 straight 6. Seville yet to score. We've gone 8.5 minutes.
Well, that's a good start to the Brookers. They didn't have control of the footy all that well, so that's sort of a goal out of nothing. At this stage, do have the favouring breeze blowing behind their back, so they want to get down there as much as they can. They don't want to crowd that ball up there. They get all these bees to a honeypot, keep it open, and hopefully it'll spill out.
Seville got the clearance from that stoppage, but they just bombed away, and Gembrook had 2 players sitting back, the kick behind play, and that's how they got that goal out of that.
Mullett puts the right fist into it, and the secondary hit out by Gembrook's been picked up and a handball over the top by Williams of Gembrook Cockatoo. Picked up there once, twice, thrown out of the pack there by Straw, and I thought, umpire says it's all right now. Seville can go down the outer side of the ground. Lee Aikens on his left foot, puts in front of the kiosk, and there's a good mark being taken out there by a Gembrook Cockatoo. They can keep playing now. That's Wareham's got it over there. Wants to go back inboard. Don't centre it too early. That's not a bad kick. Top of the 50. There's no one there to take the mark. Knock it over the top there. Did so with Shudakoff, of course, the leading goal kicker in Division 2 in the reserves with 49. Someone says dribble that further forward. And who was that? Trevora. Of course, he's our medalist, the Ellen Morgan medalist of season 2018. 1-1-7, Gembrook Cockatoo with Seville yet to score. Community Bank scoreboard, 9.5 gone, quarter number 1.
So the Blues take it on quickly and they find the skipper, Chris Unmack.
Well, he's got a man bun.
He's a shoot man there, got the beard and man bun combination. He goes short down the line and finds his target there in the hard running Matt Wathan. So Wathan's on halfback. He's not bereft of options, but he's not going to kick it to anyone. He's just going to pop it up down the wing. He's got a few options. Good spoil there over the back by Steen Smith. He's been good early. Got his handball out towards the boundary line, and we're going to get taken over. And a strong tackle there from Jack Wienerroder. And the umpire says, let's throw it in. So right in front of us here, Emma Femby. No, sorry, not Emma Femby.
This is Lee. This is Lee.
Lee Taylor. Going to chuck it in. So Kai Mullett. He's in front there and he just hacks it forward with his boot rather than his hands. Got it down the line. Running onto it there is James Young. And he dribbles it over the boundary line for a boundary throw in as well. So we're creeping ever closer towards the Seville goal. They trail Gembrook 1-1-7 to Seville yet to score.
Got an unknown number out there, mate. 37 for Gembrook Cockatoo.
37 for Gembrook Cockatoo. Could that be Andrew Moore?
It could be. He's been changed his
We're
number a few
thrown in.
times.
That was a short boundary throw in, and it's well done there by David Neal in the ruck. But Jake Strawn, the big man, just whacks it on the left boot. It's gone higher than it's gone long. It falls out the back there, and the good handball there from Granger Hartridge. It didn't find his target, though. Working hard there is James Young for the Blues. He's done well. He's forced the ball forward, and it looks like it's going to go out of bounds. He will get taken out of bounds. Or is it a high tackle? It is. The umpire's paid a high tackle. Has he?
No.
No, boundary throw-in. Several fans wanted one.
It was an interesting tackle there by Hartley. Sort of just jumped up there, piggyback style.
Wanted to put him right over the line. So Bastow will do battle here with Trainor. And Trainor, well, they all missed it. Bastow will go again, but Trainor end up with it. His right foot snapped to the top of the square. Might be good. It's slapped there. It's going to fall in the hands of Young. He's tackled. Tacked out of midair. Pereira's onto it. Right foot snap. Pereira, goal. And the Blues get one back. Good snap over the left shoulder. It's 1-1-7 Gembrook, Seville 1 straight 6. We've gone 12 minutes here in the first term.
Well, I thought Bastow then the ruck, he tried to grab it, could have probably thumped it
forward.
And put it out in the clear. So when you can get hold of
those ruckmen, Leo, they get a bit creative.
Oh, well, you just got to play it simple, stupid, and just knock the damn thing out of there and create another stoppage. And at least grab it and grab your hands up high and keep them free, because no prior opportunity other than that. But that freed up the footy. And a great snap there by Pereira. Put the goal on the board there to the Seville Blues. 7 lead 6. Gembrook Cockatoo in front at this stage. Early in the first quarter as Mullett got the tap down once again. He's going to be dominant there. The ball just sort of squeezed out of the pack there. Tackle laid over there by Bathgate of Gembrook Cockatoo. There's no prior opportunity, and it's going to be another ball up by Andrew Eggington. Just on the right side of the centre circle now. Up she goes once again. Loves to throw it high. Lovely tap out there by Mullett of Seville. Once more, they get another good clearance. In fact, the hit out was a clearance on its own. Aiken fell over when he shouldn't have. Picked up by Gembrook Cockatoo. Handball on the outside. It was received there by Neal. He got tackled immediately with it. Seville doing quite nicely. It's been picked up once again by the big fella. And on the left foot, that would be Young. And Young has put through 2 in a row to the
2 in a minute.
Seville Blues. And they just keep knocking that ball further forward there, Matthew. 2 goals straight, the Blues lead. Gembrook Cockatoo 1-1-7. Community Bank scoreboard.
They've got the momentum, don't they, Leo? Coming from 5th.
Oh, absolutely. What's a great effort, isn't it?
Any stats that matter there, Walshy?
2 goals, mate.
Hit-outs, winning hit-outs, 8 to 4 at the minute.
Seville.
Yep.
Good work there.
Clearances 4-2.
One advantage Seville got, of course, because Walshy, because the 1s and 2s are in, they can play anybody.
Yeah, of course.
The one side can only play qualified.
So Kai Mullett's doing well there, winning more hit-outs. He goes up again against David Neal. That one was in dispute and it's fallen out. Running onto it quick there was little man in Gary Tenuson. He got the ball forward. He goes in again. Really tough there for a small man. And he's wrapped up. Ball spills out, but we'll have a ball up.
There's a bit of a head clash. Gembrook player down on the ground. It looks like it's your mate out there, Walshy, in Wybrot.
Wybrot. He's been in the thick of it.
He's been in a lot of things to get that.
So tossed up again. Mullett got a big leap and knocked it forward. Running onto this beautifully is Atkin. He's going to get wrapped up. That's gone. That's a fantastic tackle there from Bryce Wareham. He's been good as well for the Cockatoos early.
With the Gembrookians, mate.
The Gembrookians, sorry, and they go long out wide, but Djohan Mustard. Djohan takes a strong mark there across half-back, and he'll rebound for the Blues.
Yeah, can play this young fella. We'd like to call
a bit of candy.
And he does exactly that. Runs around his opponent too early. Long kick down near the bus. Couple of big leaps. No one got anywhere then. Kuya the footy. And it dribbles out of bounds for a throw in. Yes, I know his name's Djohan, but Djohan Mustard, it just sounds better. Why call anybody by their right name? Hey, Matt.
There's no point, mate.
No point.
Life's too short.
Throw it on the 50-metre arc. We're in the forward line for Seville once again, doing all the attacking, getting a lot of clearances. Basto tries to pick it up, does now, puts his team under pressure, but there's a quick kick squeezed out there by Gembrook. Nobody can pick it up on the half volley. Just thrown off the ball. Nice little quick kick out there by Wathen of Seville. Goes to the top of the 50 once again. Looks as though Young on the left foot. Goes along towards the goal square. 1-2 Gembrook, 1 Seville. The 2 beat the 1. Straight down the centre of the ground. Will this bounce favourably for Gembrook Cockatoo? No, actually, I didn't have to bounce high to get over it. Head. He grew to that height in grade 3, I think. Umpire calls it the play on. Interesting little kick out there by Scottino of Seville. Goes into the outer side. Aiken once more on the left foot. Has been a class act. They've got a free play on the outer side there in Knight. What can he do with Seville? Over the top it goes. One-handed attempt there by Pereira. Couldn't hang on to that.
Tell you what, poor Gary Hewson. He was on the burst there. He's gone past his opponent. The poor bugger. He's only 2'9".
Yeah, it bounced 2 for 10. Didn't it?
So tap one forward there by McNiff. And they're just a congregation of numbers. Gembrook hack it out of there towards centre half back, but running onto it is that man Tanuson. He's beaten to the footy though there by Bathgate, who knocks it forward. Big bump coming through from Trainor, laid it off to Atkins. Jake Strawn tries to get around. Good smother from the Cockatoos, and they're away. The Gembrook in, should I say. And it's going to be a free kick coming back to that man there who laid the good smother. Looks like it's Sean Webster. So he's got a couple options down the line, and that's where he's looking. He's looking for the skipper and Wilkie. He might get there. Does. Bounces off the big chest. He might go on the second grab.
Oof,
got it there eventually on the bounce. Trip. He's going to get a free kick for pushing the back. The Blues aren't happy about it, but the skipper's got it. So Seville lead at the moment. 2 straight 12 to Gembrook 1-1-7. We've gone 16.5 minutes, so we're clicking closer to that quarter-time siren. That's a drilling ball from Wilkie onto the chest of his teammate who's dropped it. Good pressure, but he hacked it forward there. Daniel Fedoni. It's on the Aurora Bar and Cafe sign here on centre wing. Kai Mullett stands over the pack like a rugby scrum half, but the ball's flicked out for Gembrook, and they're going to go forward through a hack check side ball inside forward 50. It could fall to the harms of their man there, Shudakoff. It didn't, but on hands and knees, he tries to break it out to Trevor, who's already kicked it behind. He steps in and out of 1 and 2, gets a check side. It's going to bounce. It's going to bounce. Across the face for a behind. That could be point of the day so far. He's got 2. He's got 2 points to Dylan Trevorrow. Gembrook 1-2-8, Seville 2 straight 12. We've gone 17 minutes in the first term.
Yes, check side kick. Can't get past that 49 goal mark at this stage. Going to do it in behind. So short kick out from full back from Seville. Find a nice little lead there. Player on his own in Strachan. Goes down the member side of the ground in front of the pavilion. They've got a few freebies out on the outer side there. And this looks like Digi. He goes long down the front of the coach's box. Was that a push out in the back? Umpire says no, you just dove forward. Play it on, boys. Seville, numbers running past there. 1-2 handballs. The first one came from Scortino. They go into that forward area once more. Then it goes
off the knee.
And that's gone. How can you see that from here?
Oh, I'm looking at the screen there. The boundary umpire's indicated off the thigh.
Yeah, we've got the big wide screens happening here, all 6 inches of them. I thought that was a nav man when I first came in here. But no one went up for that ruck contest, so the umpire calls it to play on. I was going to kick it, no, I'll handball it and I'll give it back to Seville. And picking it off was Knight, gave it to a teammate, puts it in the top of the forward 50. Nice little thump out there. It was collected by Van der Swart. He kicks it long down the member side of the ground, but an errant kick finds Digi. We knew we were going to muck him up.
Digi and Domenico.
That's him. A little nice mark and played on straight away. They just throwback, but he should have got a nice kick. But it's
good. That could be a bit high there, umpire.
And it should be a free kick late.
He's pinged him.
Ping for holding the ball. That's gone against Turner.
He's paid the advantage.
Oh, but that's a late call as well. So I thought it might have gone back. Everybody had stopped. Seville didn't. They kept playing on now. This is Pereira once again on the right foot. Puts it to the top of the 10-metre arc. Nobody there for the Blues.
He's in the van.
Well, he's not just about in the van, literally. This is a kick now. Out they go. We'll need a bit of pace on this big ground. Trying to pick the footy up there, and the one go was more. And that is a Connor. Got the handball out. No one there in the green jumper. Umpire. Did he pay the mark?
He's paid the mark.
And okay. Umpire says
he's paid that mark as well.
And here they go. Long kick towards goals. Trainor tries to come back. Has that been marked? Gone for a point?
No score. So we're away again.
Strobek got it.
Gembrook go again, but that kick might just run out of bounds. They've rushed that. It's a rush kick there from Strobek, looking for the runner in Bryce Wareham. So it's been a good half back line there for Gembrook in this first quarter. I've been impressed with them. They have been under a lot of pressure, kicking with the breeze.
Well, there's only about a minute
45
to go.
seconds to go here
They've
in
got
this
to get
first
numbers
term.
around the ball. Like, Connor Moore had the ball here and did well to get it, but he had 4 7 players on him and he was just under pressure. And
They're not running hard enough, Walshy. That indicates it's slapped out of there at centre half forward. And here's big Jakey Strawn, swings around on the left boot. It's gone absolutely nowhere. Slapped away by Wareham, and it should get to the boundary line. In chase there is McNiff. He's been bullied by 2 Gembrook players. Ends up with Strawn. He's a big man. Got the handball. He wants the 1-2. Does big Jakey Strawn. He can sniff a goal, but he's wrapped up. Good tackle from Wareham again. Sorry, not Wareham. That's Hartridge. The ball's just ping-ponging around. We've got 10 seconds on the unofficial clock. It's gone up in the air. Trevorrow's there and takes a good steadying mark at centre half back. He's a bearded warrior, and he just goes bang with an absolute end-over-end punt. That might get enough there. Fedoni's there. He slaps it forward. Is it into the path of a Gembrook player? Here it is. It comes back to him as the siren goes. That would have been a great counter-attacking goal. But at quarter time, it is Seville 2 straight 12, leading the first place Gembrook Cockatoo 1-2-8 in the Division 2 Reserves Grand Final here at Healesville. It was a scrappy start to the quarter there as the sides got over their little nerves. The goal kickers, Jack Vanderswaart, got us started with a set shot for the Cockatoos and singles to James Young and Brent Pereira for the Blues. Walshy, any stats that matter?
I'm working out the stats at the minute. Can I get back to you in a minute?
We can get back to us in a minute.
I usually have a couple of minutes.
It's in the B grade netball. It is Seville 29, leading Yea 22. So they've kept that 7-goal buffer. The Blues. It's been goal for goal ever since that quarter time break.
I've got some stats for you.
You got some stats now, Walshy.
Before we go to a break.
Hit outs. Seville lead 9-7. Centre clearances. Gembrook 3-0. Inside 50. Seville 10-4. Marks inside 50, Seville 3-0. Stoppage clearances 6-5 in Seville's advantage. Turnovers 14, Seville 11, Gembrook. Free kicks 7, Gembrook 2, Seville. 1 out at the full to Seville and 150-metre penalty against Seville also for the quarter.
Should have got more.
Well, there you have it. Quarter time, Leo. It is Seville 2 straight 12, Gembrook Cockatoo 1-2-8, the Division 2 Reserves Grand Final.
Yeah, might quickly go back to you, Alan, in the studios of Yarra Valley FM for a short break. Back here for the second quarter very, very soon. Thanks, Al. Thanks, mate. Gembrook Cockatoo and Seville. Yarra Valley Cup up for grabs at the moment. It is quarter time, and Gembrook Cockatoo a 1-goal 2-8 trailing Seville 2 straight. On our Community Bank scoreboard, the goal kickers for Gembrook was Jack Vanderswaart, and for Seville it was James Young and Brent Pereira in that very first quarter. Off to a good start with the Blues. And did you see anything in particular there at all, Matthew?
Yeah, I like the games there of Dean Smith, Bryce Wareham and Jack Vanderswaard across half-back for Gembrook. They did pretty well to compel, like you said, a lot of pressure down there coming down from the Blues. And I thought the quarters of Tenuson, the little pitbull, running around in there, and Jake Strawn was good through the middle, and James Young was a bit of a presence up forward, and Djohan Mustard did a couple of good things. So it's an even spread of plays. No one's really stood out so much, but Gembrook just need a little bit more from that centre-half forward line there. As you said, Walshy, they're sort of getting separated between the lines. They get it off half-back, and there's no one in this wing area. The ground size seems to be putting them off at the moment, so if they can just get used to that big open spaces, I reckon they'll settle a bit better in this second term.
Yeah, I was saying to Leo off-air, like, Gembrook have a few bigger guys.
Yeah.
And being a bigger ground, that might play against them. Obviously,
they're going to have to push up, as you said.
Obviously, being a Gembrook supporter, I don't want to see that happen, but the bigger ground they might struggle on. And, yeah, like that sort of happened in the first quarter. So we'll had smaller guys and we were able to run the ball, and they caught Gembrook out a few times.
Yeah, well, we as the players come out here for the second term, the fans congregate off. They could take a bit longer than we expect. The netball, Seville 36, Yay 30 in the B grade grand final. It'll be wrapping up soon enough
I
there.
just thought I had a score there, but it will be coming up soon. So Seville held that nice little 6 to 7 goal buffer for most of the
That'll
time.
make it 1-1 between the two sides. Yay winning the C grade grand final there, 45 to 39 after a 15-goal swing in the last quarter.
That's a big swing.
That is a big swing in netball. That's the equivalent of probably kicking 30 snags
Just
in the
about
footy.
right there. And of course, Yarra Glen defeated Gembrook Cockatoo in the D grade 15 to 13.
That was a boil over as well, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, Gembrook had a couple of girls who are out injured, unfortunately, and it just makes it a bit breezy as well for the girls, and just a bit unlucky. You miss one and get one at the other end. It's 2-goal turnaround, and that's exactly what happened. Jason, you still with us? Haven't said good day to you. You obviously can't hear us. We did try to wire something up. Something's gone on the fritz. There's a lot of plugs and wires out there, Walshy, I'll tell you what. Don't touch the fence, people, if you're listening. never know what could happen. It's going to be umpire Ray Dobby to get us underway for the start of the second quarter. It's interesting, the breeze blowing towards the township end that Gembrook had, didn't make the use of it.
Not as strong as it was to kick off, though.
Flags are starting to ease off a little bit, aren't they? So that's quite good. So umpire Dobby throws the ball aloft once again. Mullett doing well in the ruck for Seville, but this time it was nearly got it for Gembrook Cockatoo. Lee Aikens off the back flank. Great kick smothered there by Gembrook Cockatoo. Has been picked up once more by Knight of Seville. Kicks it back to the half-forward line. Goes to the top of the forward 50 there for Seville. Chasing the footy there, Dean Smith of Gembrook Cockatoo. Handball out the back. Want to get a kick quickly. It's a big round this. You don't want to go too short. They did then. It was paid no mark to Williams. So the umpire calls it to play on. Handball over the top. They're just throwing the ball around both these two sides. School, well, sometimes in this year, you've got to play kamikaze football in finals and trying to be too fancy. A lot of players get around this football. Big tackle laid by Basto and his opponent, but the ball spills free once again to Seville. Goes in that forward pocket over the top. Good spoil by Gembrook Cockatoo's Reed. It's gone out of bounds for a throw in.
Seville just seem to have a bit more tenacity around the footy. Gembrook players just a bit standoffish. I don't know whether that's just that week off or maybe Seville have come out with that intensity. So tap down, and it's going to go immediately back out of bounds there. No, kept in nicely there by Strobeck. Does well and gets it forward just before the umpire was about to blow his whistle and ping him. The pitbull Tanusen was there, coming through as well there for the Cockatoos and bursting away. Can't quite get clean hands on it, so it's just going to fumble around to centre half forward. Picked up and just slapped forward. There's so many Pereiras on the bottom of that. He just tunnel balls it out the back. Well done by Neil. Kicked it forward. Hasn't gone far enough for a mark, and no one was able to get the mark anyway. It's very sloppy at the moment. Ball comes out there to Jimmy Wright, who drills a low one, but he's hit the lead of the defender in that fullback who just played on for no apparent reason. He's kicked it back. I don't know what's going on there. And it's a mark there by, is it McNiff? No, it's Brandon Stevens who's taken the mark. I'm not sure what the defender there was thinking.
Well, it was a poor kick, even if he could have played on, but he should have kicked it out into the logo.
No, I don't know what he was doing centering it there, Leo.
No,
but
I think it's just a oopsie kick.
It's going to be Brandon Stevens to kick us off here in the second quarter.
Can I put him off?
I'm sure you can give it your best go, but I don't know whether we'll be able to hear you. He's 30 metres out, slight angle, hangs it out right, and it's going to stay there. Might just sneak back in for a behind. It is. MFMB says that's a behind. So Seville have their first minor score. They're 2-1-13. Gembrook Cockatoo 1-2-8. We've gone 2.5 minutes here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and look, you defend grimly. Sometimes you just got to stop the play and settle down, try and get a bit of a break, maybe switch play. But a bit of adrenaline still flowing through the veins here, so kick in. From full back, come to the broadcast side in front of the old scoreboard. Big lead. Beautiful mark.
He's paid it. Cameron Moore, take that.
There's a highlight.
There's a highlight, and then we've been going about just over 2.5, Walshy, so we'll get that there on the highlight screen. And don't poke this one down, because he's gone and kicked it straight out of bounds on the full.
That always happens, doesn't it? You take the big mark.
You've got a ground this big, and you think, why did they go so close to the boundary line? So, soft.
Looks like it'll be Lee Atkins.
Yeah, Lee Atkins going to go it. So
that's my car as well, Leo.
I don't care if it's your car, but that's all right. So Lee Aiken would love to get back onto his left leg. Looks like he wants to square the ball, doesn't he? He's going to go on his right leg. He made a fool out of me. Well done. Nice little kick into the forward 50. Up they go. Another good strong mark. Can't quite see
that. Wareham.
It is Wareham with it. It's got the whiskers. Plays on. Oh, don't kick it out the full again. Goes very short and Cox takes it. Still south of the centre line here for Gembrook Cockatoo. Now they go over to centre wing. There's a lot of players.
Good work. They're out.
On handball. Just puts a teammate behind. That's Williams with a handball over the top. And
Walshy's man.
Walshy's man's got it. Poor kick smothered. He can just about go and get it again. Good enough to go further forward there. Tapping in front of himself was Connor
I
Moore.
reckon that's lucky not to be out on the full there.
And we're getting a check out there.
Throw in.
Umpire Dobby's
Throw
going
in.
to have a bit of a check.
Throw in.
It's going to be a throw in. If in doubt, throw it in. And no,
Throw it in.
We
Throw
are
it
checking.
in.
Yep. We're going to throw it in.
They fluffed their lines there a bit, didn't they, the Cockatoos?
Brookers.
Brookers, sorry.
mate.
One more cockatoo, you're going to get a cockatoo.
Tossed in. Good tap by Mullett. Won the front spot over Neil.
Never heard us called the cockatoos.
Swung out here. Cameron Moore's got
There he
time and
goes.
space from 50. Drills a low ball towards the goal square. The skipper, Wilkie, he's good below his knees. Picks it up on the second
That's a
bounce.
really
Swings
good
around on the
pick
left side. Handball into the middle.
Here we go.
Finds Travora.
Whoa,
Turns him
one,
into Candy.
two.
Runs in and kicks a
Hey.
goal.
That's the one I
That's
need.
a wonderful goal.
That's 50.
Is it 50 for the year? I don't think so. I think that's
No.
Sudakov you're thinking of
Oh,
there.
it doesn't matter.
Leo, he's got so excited.
That's between
What
him
a goal, though.
That's between
Stepped
him
in
and
and out.
Sudakov. Between him and Sudakov,
Yeah,
there's 50.
he stepped in and out.
Didn't he?
That
What?
was a brilliant goal from the little redhead with the beard. So he's kicked the Brookers second.
The keg on legs.
They're 2-2-14. Seville 2-1-13. They've hit the front there. What a goal. Goal of the day for mine.
Keg on legs, he gets called.
He's the keg on
Head of
legs.
Whoa.
He's not a little
I'll
fella.
tell you what, I've never seen a keg of Carlton draft move that well.
Well, he did after you've
But,
drunk it, didn't he?
that's what we were saying about Tony Wilkie. Great pick up below the knees.
was,
He
that
got the
was it.
handball out.
And
Good
they
kick
set
from
it up.
Cameron Moore too, who's gotten into the game.
Umpire Egginton throws it up once more. Neil got a nice little tap out. What he needs to do now, that's a great tackle, should be rewarded. Egginton let it go. Turner disappointed with that. Still just bouncing around the centre. Diving on the footy. Everybody shows a lot of desperation. And umpire Andrew Egginton says, I'll ball it up
They're
again.
up and about now though, the Brookers.
What
They've
minute
got a
mark
bit more
was that
about them.
goal for the highlights?
About the 5 minute mark,
5 minute
mate.
mark.
Yep. So throw up once again, just forward of centre for Gembrook Cockatoo. Mullett gets a smack in the ear, but he hits the ball
Ooh.
further forward. Akin went in hard for the footy for Seville.
Tell you what, he's lucky there not to give away a free kick
Yeah, it's a
because
bit hard.
Fedoni had his head over the ball there.
Absolutely. So tertiary ball up. Still in that centre circle here at the big ground at Healesville. Up they go. Mullett tries to hit it out. It's just pinging around. No one wants to grab it at this stage. Trying to bust their way through. Someone crawling on hands and knees under there for Seville at
It's
this
got to be
stage.
the pit bull, doesn't
There
it?
he is. He is a pit bull. Got it out and did very,
Oh,
very well.
Strawny's gone on his backside.
Strawny's gone straight back on his tush.
Good
Handball
tackle.
out there by Trainor. Tries to give it to a teammate. He did that in Saniga. He tries to knock it further forward. He's up and about now. On the left foot goes Strachan into that forward pocket for Seville. Good defensive work by Gembrook's Cockatoos Reed. He punches it out of bounds.
Their defence has been very good, the Brookers. I think it kept them in them in that first quarter, and they're starting to get better now. Their intensity around the footy's much
Totally
better.
agree with you.
It's
yeah,
only
it
5
certainly
goals
kept them
over there in
game.
the B-grade netball. Seville 36, Yay 31. They're sneaking ever so close.
Tap down there from, looks like Young or McNiff or Stevens either on the third
It's got
go
to be
there.
someone in a blue jumper.
It's got to be someone.
Oh, he's
Saniga's
dragged
on
that
top of
in.
that. And the umpire is going to say, give it to me, Ray Dobby. So jumping on top of that, Sonny Saniga looks out of place there with the skinny arms and the skinny legs. No ink for the
Yeah.
Seville side.
He's only a boy.
Yeah, he'll get there.
Practicing.
So thrown up again. Stevens and Neil. Neil slapped it forward, bullocking through there. Well done by Wareham. Got his handball out there. Over to Neil, the ruckman, smothered by Strachan. And he puts good pressure on there, the runner in Ben Turner, who takes it out of bounds. So we've moved up to absolutely nowhere as the crowd starts to fill in here at Healesville Sport Complex on Don Road. Plenty of numbers coming in for the Division 2 Grand Final after this one. But at the moment, it's 2-2-14 to 2-1-13.
And picked up there nice. Oh, good kick smother. It was a good effort there by Pereira. He's dangerous and he's looking dangerous. I think that's dribbled out of bounds. The umpires just let it go
It's
at
on
this
the line,
stage.
yeah.
Now it's over.
out now. Yeah, good
Someone's
call,
got to blow it. I think Andrew Moore for Gembrook.
He's gone
might
back
be
to the
wearing,
37.
37 because 26, that's a famous number. I think sometimes it should be retired.
Wouldn't
don't know-
happen to be yours, would it, Leo?
Yeah, certainly would be, yeah.
I can read between the lines, Walsh. Thrown in. Big leap there from Stevens. He missed it completely. And Neil handballs it forward. Basto's there with the knee brace. Good handball out of there by Turner. He's looking for Wareham. He's been best on ground for mine so far. His little underground ball's fine. Wybrock gives the handball on their way through Fedoni.
There we go.
Cameron Moore's out in the van. Good spoil, but front on contact wants Leo. Nothing doing. Picking it up on hands and knees there. Well done was Darcy Williams. He took on the tackler. And he's been pinked for holding the ball. Well, the umpire, I think he missed one as well. I'm going to go with you there, Leo. Scortino had no eyes for the footy there coming back on Cameron Moore, who's started to lift Walshy. He's been a good link man so far this quarter, but it's a free kick to Nick Scortino here.
I think it's Connor Moore, mate. But yeah,
Oh, Connor Moore,
doesn't
sorry.
Matter, doesn't matter.
Cameron Moore, Connor Moore. I'll tell you what, he's getting involved.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Well, let's no more of that. Free kick going back to the Blues. I think we were robbed. Then I'm biased. I openly admit that. Blues come back in front of the broadcast van. The crowd are getting in.
Whoa!
Big leap, got absolutely nowhere. Was that realistic? Maybe not by Wareham. Umpire calls the ball to be played on. Picked up there and just given across there by Reid of Gembrook Cockatoo. Good tackle laid over there by Stevens of Seville. The ball just spills free. Bit of pushy, shovey shove going on here as well. All over the top there. Could have been a free kick to Gembrook Cockatoos. Williams.
I think it is paid.
And umpire
Yes, it is,
Egginton says yes. Doesn't half look like a Williams, does he, Walshy? Same hairdo, just needs the GT stripes up the side. Darcy Williams. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, what is that?
That's
Found
a
its
beautiful
target.
pass. That fooled everybody, including us here in the box.
it's
And
gone play
Wybrod.
on.
He's played on
Yeah,
over
he's
the
out of
boundary
bounds,
line.
yeah.
Tell you what, Walshy, your man Wybrod, he's been a mixed bag today. He's been a mixed bag of lollies, the show bag.
He's licorice all sorts, isn't
When
he?
you go to the Royal Show and you get your little show bag, you don't know what's inside. That is Marcus Wybrod in a nutshell.
Yeah, absolutely. So throw in to take place. Just waiting for the boundary umpire. Comes in 10 metres to give everybody a bit of a chance. That's a good throw in as well. There's a lot of players around the ball in it. Basto got the tap out, but unfortunately went straight in the hands of Seville, and there's a good mark overhead taken. And he's a dangerous player too, and James Young.
So Young from 50 swings around on the left boot, and the umpire's going to bring him back on his line. I don't know. I don't see why he can't just call play on while
Exactly right.
Isn't
That's
it
what I was
play
going to say.
He's indicated that he would like to wheel onto his left boot, but the umpire said no, you're going to have a shot properly, apparently.
Well,
But
he's going to have 2 shots.
I'll tell you what, it's going to suit the Brookers, though, because they're allowed to get numbers back now.
Yeah.
But with the breeze coming over his right shoulder, he'd want to hang it out towards that AFL Yarra Rangers right goalpost, but he's taken a good half an hour to get the ball back here.
Well, we've only got 10 minutes to go in this quarter. We've wasted
Maybe that was a ploy from the Brookers.
Yeah, kick it over the fence. So, yeah, look, around the ground, it'll be just called play on.
So about a minute after he was told to come back,
No,
James
he's
Young.
going to come back. He's gone too far.
James Young now, he's going to line up from, he'll probably kick it from on the paint. He wants to play on again here. Surely he's going to wheel around. He does. He pops it up, and the wind has taken her like a boomerang.
Yes, it is.
That's a Mitchell Stark around the wicket, reverse tanger, and it's gone out on the full.
So that should have taken to behind, shouldn't they? So that's got
Reverse
well
tanger,
and
I've
truly.
heard that one before.
The Brookers will have it in the back pocket, and after all that kerfuffle, we've gone 10 minutes here, or almost 11 in the second quarter. It's Gembrook 2-2-14, Seville 2-1-13.
Yeah, and Dean Smith is going to be the recipient thereof of that free kick from out in the full. So Dean Smith wants to go short. Goes over the back of the pack. No one even laid fingers on that. It's gone straight through now. Trying to tap it out to a teammate for Seville. Here he is once again.
Oh, the pit bull.
He is indeed.
Let that one go.
That was very, very hard. Atkins in there as
There's a
well.
kick on
Off the
legs.
ground.
Oh,
Oh, great
no.
hands once again by Wilkie. Gives it across to a teammate now. Wants to have a bounce. Shooterkoff. Kicks
Good
long
kick.
into that forward 50. It's a one-on-one contest. In front was Gembrook. Got the ball punched away. Plenty of players there. Awkward looking handball there by Jorgensen of Gembrook Cockatoo. Williams gives it out against the Wilkie. He usually uses the ball
Good
very,
kick.
very
Yeah,
well.
fantastic
Bit of pushy
kick there
shovey
by
over
Wilkie.
there into the centre half forward mark.
Mack and Shooterkoff.
And,
Oh, no, here we go. Free kick to Seville. Shooterkoff has given up Chris Unmack one to the face. And it should be a free kick overturned here.
Should be a 50 to Gembrook.
No, it looks, yeah, so I think Shooterkoff,
Now there's a blood rule.
now there's a blood rule. So Shooterkoff has jabbed Chris Unmack in the face there, so it'll be a turnover.
Well, my query is, if Judikov's going off on the blood rule, you may have thought there may have been...
I might have been a retaliation.
So I'd seem to be, as an umpire, would think, now, why is he going off of the blood rule? I know he retaliated, which is wrong, but it should be a 50-50 draw and a 50-metre penalty to boot.
I'm just calling it as I see it there, Leo. I didn't see the initial punch, but it makes sense. You've put the clues all together there, Detective
It's usually the
Leo.
retaliator that gets caught.
Exactly. Well, that is how it
Well-
goes, Walsh. You're right there. But Chris Unmack, the Seville skipper.
I thought it was 50, beg your pardon, it's gone back there.
No, it's gone back there. Not 50. It's just the players congregating down the line. He's chipped it up, and it's good
Oh,
mark
it's a
from
good
Cam
mark.
Trainor. Even though the keg on legs did pretty well. That's a bit harsh for keg on legs, though. He looks in pretty good nick. This is Trevora.
Light ale.
Yeah, light ale, craft ale,
Low
little
carbs.
creatures. So it's come around to Cam Trainor and just mungs it forward to centre half forward. But there's that man, Bryce Wareham. He is far and away best on ground for mine here. He takes a mark at centre half back for the Brookers.
We'll use the ball now, Wareham. You never sort of turn it
That's
over when you've got
play
it in your hands. There's always times to retaliate. Goes down the broadcast wing once again. Oh, a bit of a falcon there. There we go. Little handball comes
well
out
done.
eventually by Moore. Umpire calls it the play on. Trying to pick it up there. Goes between the feet of Cock. Oh, there we go. Why did that have to happen? The ball's right on our logo. The Yarra Rangers Council now. Umpire still calls it the play on. No wonder they call this reserve grade footy. Umpire still. That's a
Oh,
go.
well done,
That's
sir.
Well
Yes,
done.
well done.
Nicely done by Turner.
That wasn't.
Unfortunately for him, it's a big fella, and Mullett takes an easy mark right in front of our broadcast van. Centre wing. Awkward looking torpedo
This is
punt,
bad.
drop kick. There's that man once again.
Well, the reserve grade style is starting to come out. Wareham. He's had about 20 intercept marks, but he's had about 20 turnovers as well. He's kicked that straight into the hands of Lee Atkins, who gets a free kick for high contact. He wants
could've got
50. Ray
52.
Dobby says, just grab the ball, son. So Atkins, he's got in the middle of the ground. Or Atkins, sorry. He's going to go the right leg. Just pops it up out wide, out in front of his player there. He takes a good strong mark on the lead, James Young. He's been good for the Blues. Swings onto his left. Should have been called back, wasn't he? He hangs it out to the top of the goal square. It's a one-on-one. Good work there. Could it be a free kick here?
Chop.
It is.
The arms.
Eggington's come through and given a free kick. So it'll be Aaron Knight, the number 13. I'm going to have to agree there, but I'd like to come back to how Young was allowed to play on this time.
Well, exactly right, and he would have learned from his previous kick too. He just had to kick it to the right
definitely did. So Aaron Knight takes no time at all and slams it through for Seville's first of the second term. They're back out in front by 5 points, 3-1-19 to Gembrook Cockatoo, 2-2-14. We've gone 15 minutes, and that was 10 minutes between drinks here in the second term.
It was indeed, and definitely got hold of his arm, and it was good getting the two angles. Thank you, Jason. And you can see that ball goes straight through, and a lot of energy gets spent in reserve grade footy, and for a little reward at times. So they just got to make use of the football a bit better. The wind is blowing, so you got to kick it long, quick, move it quick. And
I would say that about the Brookers. They've been up half back. They seem a bit cautious.
Yep. And
their best plays have been direct.
It's got to do that. You know, you just pretty football goes out the window in all levels of finals football, as far as I'm concerned. And 45-34, B grade netball. Seville
like
now
Seville
with
have got a flag.
11-goal lead over the A girls. So doing it quite nicely. It's back in the middle again. This is umpire Liam Clarkson, who throws it up once more. Mullett probably got the better of that. There's that little bulldog once more. Crash, bang. The ball just spins out, comes out Seville's way. Nicely done too on the left foot. That was Timmermeister, because he's changed his jumper from 14 to 22. It got ripped. Young once more. Here's an opportunity for Seville. Right to the edge of the goal square. Picking it up now. This is Pereira left. There is your goal of the morning, boys. That is a super goal. Goal number 2 to Brent Pereira, and goal number 4 to the Seville Blues. They go to 4-1-25. They lead the Brookers 2-2-14. Community Bank scoreboard. 16 minutes gone. Classy goal there,
I reckon
Matthew.
he's practiced that one at training a few more times than he's practiced the drop punt.
They all do. They all like kicking the fancy ones. And that was very, very clever.
This 2 minutes of play has hurt the Brookers, because I think they've been the better side this quarter.
They have. And 2 minutes of footy creates 2 goals. And nature of the game is the one who kicks the most usually tends to win the game.
Yeah. Keeping it simple there, Leo.
That's all it is.
So
get it down there.
We're going to toss it up in the middle. 16.5 minutes gone. Brookers need the next one. Mullett wins the tap, but it's straight down the throat of the Brookers there. Slapped out of there by Timmermeister, and coming through there was Ack, and he ducked his head. Got it out though, and the Brookers will just force it forward. It looks like Daniel Cock there runs through a nice tackle and swings around on the left peg and goes low, looking for the keg on legs. He couldn't get there, but coming through nicely. It looks like Webster. Webster's handball went to Djohan Mustard, and the Mustard got it forward. Basto dropped the mark, but racks up Saniga. Saniga dropped it as well, pushing through, trying to force his way through there is Domenico Digi, but nothing doing.
Anyone with 3 syllables in a surname.
Yeah, we're going to go with Digimon, I reckon. So it's tossed up. Kyle Mullett and Neil. That's a 50-50 ball, but bursting through there is Trainor. He gets on his second go, bursts through. His little mung might get there. It's going to bounce through. Pereira's got it. Kick over his head. Oh, what a day Brett Pereira is having.
That's another highlight, Walshy.
He's kicked the no-look goal.
Oh,
it's raining highlights here. Walshy's pen can't scribble that quickly. It's fallen into Pereira's hands. He just hooked it right over his head. That's his third. Second in the quarter and second in a minute. We've gone 17.5 minutes here, and Seville have kicked away to 5-1-31. Gembrook 2-2-14 in the B grade. Seville have won the netball premiership 48-34. A comprehensive 14-goal victory there for the Blues. So
well done, Gil. That 2 great goals. They're highlight goals in any standard of football.
They are. That's just quick thinking there. But well done from Brent Pereira. He's having a ripping game. 3 goals. Leading goal kicker on the ground. Only one with multiples.
Needs to catch the flu very quickly, I think.
Yeah, well, you might disappear at half time and just have a word with him, maybe, Leo.
Might just cough him.
It's tossed up again. Neil and Mullett. Mullet's been impressive as well. Wins another tap down. Trying to hack it forward there was Hartridge for the Brookers, and they just pile in. And there's a bit to do. They need the next one, the Brookers, just to steady up. I don't think this 3-goal margin is appropriate for the period of the game, but as Leo said, it's goals that matter, not possession.
That's correct. Efficiency.
So they'll go again. Mullett and Neal. That's better, but Mullett won the tap again. Strachan got his hands on it, and there's about 4 blokes ready to tackle him. The Pitbull's just sniffing around their legs there, trying to reach up to where all the big boys can reach. And we'll have another ball up in the centre of the ground.
Little big man, isn't he? So it just reminds me of that great movie. We've got 19 minutes now. It's only about a minute to go in this second quarter. Take them into half-time. The Brookers would love to get one before half-time. They're just tapping it around instead of trying to grab it. Should have done that by Bathgate, but Bill's out the outer side. Here they go again. Ackland for Seville. Kicks it along towards the coach's box on the outer side. There's that fella Young once more, just hovering across the half-forward line. And doing it nicely. Jimmy Young just runs left and right, running rather than up and down. And he can patrol that half-forward line there for Seville. So it's probably going to be very difficult for Gembrook to get it to the other end of this very big ground here at Healesville. So they want to certainly make sure Seville don't get another score on the board. Nice little tap out over the back by Stevens of Seville. It's in the open spaces where Gembrook do not want it. Trying to pick it up there, going around there. There's your pit ball once more. Good tackle laid there by Turner. Ball spills free. Seville have still got it. Picked up, a nice looking kick by Wadsell on the outer side. Probably should have kicked it towards the goal square. Not much time left in this second quarter.
Well, deliberate.
I'm not going to get that up here. It's got to be very, very blatant.
I always figure, Division 2 reserves footy, you can't assume anyone deliberately did anything.
No, not at all. But it is half time here, boys. And that was a very good last couple of minutes. In fact, last 2.5 minutes to Seville. They are leading at half time. 5 goals, 131. And Gembrook Cockatoo 2-14 on our Community Bank scoreboard. That quarter, of course, Brent Pereira kicking a 2.
He's got 3.
Got 3 for the afternoon. James Young's got 1, as has Aaron Knight. And for Gembrook Cockatoo, the solitary goal kickers there are Dylan Trevora and Jack Vanderswart. And what we might do now is quickly go back to the studios of Yarra Valley FM for our halftime break. We'll be back here for the second half in about 10 minutes. Thanks, Al.
Not quite cracking the flags, but it's going to get there eventually.
Well, normally this breeze blows the other way around, so whether it's in the eye of the storm and normally goes towards the dog track end of the ground, we'll have to wait and see. But breeze really shouldn't be a factor. It seems to hit that quadrant there in the township end of the ground. It's quite calm in that little cauldron over there towards the dog track end. So scores can be done at either end. You just saw Seville do that quite comfortably. Gembrook did get the ball up the other end, but just unfortunately didn't make the most of their opportunities. So Seville have broken up out of their huddle. They're ready to go. I'm pretty sure they'd be pretty cock-a-hoop of where they were at this stage, considering where they started at the final series in 5th spot. And of course, Gembrook Cockatoo, they're still very tight in their huddle. And we're just waiting for any more scores. I don't think there's any more happening at the moment.
They're about to kick off over there, Oak.
In the A grade. Haven't got the starting just yet.
That's not very nice, Mr. Marsh.
Don't you love our umpires, Matthew?
No, I'm just getting it all in, mate. As you said, I'm new to the league, so I'm just getting the relationships here. And as we can see, the umpires are pretty light-hearted.
Well,
they've got a good relationship with yourself, Leo. They're climbing in the box. He wants a piece here. He wants a piece here.
They're spreading viruses around the place now. Get out of here, Marshy. One of our major umpires. And where's the Tim Tams anyway? You normally bring Tim Tams, Marshy.
They're the umpires. Later. Don't worry about the umpires.
Good luck to you, Warwick.
Have a good game, mate.
He's one of our senior umpires and a good... Okay, buddy. Here we go. Get out. Umpires. Oh, I don't feel well all of a sudden, Matthew, but never mind.
You can go have a share if you want, Leo, and I'll kick us off.
We're just about ready for the start.
Just waiting for the last stragglers to get off the field.
So they're starting big David Neal down forward now, where he played in the ruck in the first half, something out of the goal square with Shudikoff. So something a bit different.
It's a great spot there, Walshy. Chris Unmack, the Seville skipper's gone to it, and we're ready to go in the second half here.
Okay, we'll take it away. Looks as though for the ruck, Jorgensen going there for Gembrook Cockatoo.
It's a big lead.
Probably got half of that against Mullett. Goes back into tackle as well. He has got a big leap, but he's made out of matchsticks.
What are those hit-out stats again, Walshy?
17 Gembrook, 15 Seville.
So pretty even. Up they go once more. Up goes Mullett. Realises the ruckman's only a little fella there. It's been taken on the half volley by Stevens of Seville. Throws out the outer side of the ground. Picked up there and handball out by Knight of Seville once more. They've still got it. Comes back to Knight. Couldn't hang on to that. That man there, Wareham for Gembrook Cockatoo, has been good. Got the footy now. Shakes a tackle. Goes laterally towards the boundary line in front of Lee Atkins. And they all want out of bounds deliberate. Ain't going to happen.
No.
And it's going to be a throw in. Of course, the Tap to You, one of our good sponsors there. And you can fill your water bottles up over there, Matthew, if you
Be
wish.
smart, choose Tap.
And the Jumping Castle, I saw you there just prior to the
Why not,
game
mate?
as
I'm
well.
still a young fella.
I love the little
Do
triple
it while you
somersault.
can.
Throw in centre wing, right in front of the kiosk. Big crowd over there as well. The wind, you can see it take that football. Mullett try to take it out of the ruck. Fumbled it there. It's right on the bottom of the ground. And umpire Clarkson says, I will ball it up.
And don't be fooled by the scoreline. This outfield is in pristine condition.
Always is, mate. You're up in the Yarra Ranges now. We get good grounds, all muddy grounds. We've got all sorts. Gembrook Cockatoo get the clearance out of that stoppage. Over Wilkie's head. Couldn't quite hang on to that. Really would have liked to have done so.
Djohan fumbled there.
No, not good. And they're trying to break their way through. Really trying to get through. Is that
On the
Jorgensen
ball.
with it?
That's a bit harsh, I think. He never had clean possession, but it is a free kick against Max Jorgensen.
So free kick going the way of Seville, and that was McNiff who went very short and wide. Off they go once again. And that could have been, I'm not sure, was that didn't matter, Seville had it, but they still got it on the outer side. They'd love
That was Timmermeister out there. The jumper change got us.
Yeah, he did, because he got his jumper ripped. And there's that one man Young once more.
So Young goes down to half forward. The keg on legs goes back and does well there, Dylan Trevora, the Alan Morgan medalist, and gets it over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. Good defensive work. Kicked one of the goals of the day. He sold all his candy. It's still down there in that forward pocket.
He's a beauty.
Someone better go pick it up and give it back to him. So it's tossed in. Jorgensen and Mullett. Jorgensen giving away about a foot here. But he might be able to go with him around the ground, which Neil couldn't do. It's tossed in. Mullett wins the tap. And they're just going to force it out of here. Looks like Wareham got the handball out. Stepping in and out there. Well done by Strobeck. Got onto the boot of Williams.
That.
Williams has just gone high. Good luck to you fellas. In doing well there was Shearer. Got it forward again. The Brookers are just edging it forward. Now they've got it away. Handball through to Hartridge, who goes short, looking down the line for his skipper and Wilkie. It might not get to him.
Good tackle.
Djohan, the Dijon Mustard, tried to burst through, but it was a good tackle. There should be a free kick for holding. Nothing doing, says the umpire. And now the Blues are away. Picking it up there on the run is Ackland. And he goes along down the line. Big fly from Young. Couldn't quite get it. No realistic attempt, says Leo. Doesn't matter. Wareham dribbles it out towards the boundary line. And we'll have a boundary throw on.
I thought he had a hand in the back, that's
Yeah,
all.
maybe. It was a good fly. Would have been mark of the day if he pulled it in, but he couldn't. So we'll go again with Mullett, and it looks to be Connor Moore this time going in the ruck. You're going to come from well in from the side.
Well, you don't want to go body on. You've got
No, you don't. You got to come in from the side and get a jump at it. Mullett wins the tap. He's starting to get on top in this early stage of the third term. Kicked forward there by Strachan, the big fella. Doesn't do much running, Strachan, but gets a fair bit of it, and they're off here. Strobeck just plays on and goes bang down the line. That mongrel punt, though, and it's found the chest of the Seville player there in Unmac, or is it Trainor?
It's a couple of times he's done that. Just needs to settle down.
Yeah,
when
he does
takes
need to
that
settle. Bit of
defending mark.
composure. It's fallen out the back here. Saniga, Sonny Saniga got the handball off. Great tackle. That's a ripping tackle. Has he given? He has given holding the ball.
pretty harsh, really, isn't it?
He didn't have much opportunity there, but a great tackle there by Jack van der Swart, who kicked us off today.
Well,
And he's got it at centre half back.
They like to give those free kicks, and you think the blokes just picked it up. Good tackle, no doubt about that.
You've got to
Probably
give
could
him
have
a
called
chance
play
to get
on.
rid of the ball.
So it wants to come to the broadcast side.
kick.
Oh, it's a one-on-one contest. It's got to be a good kick. It is a good kick, and off they go. Gembrook on the left foot. That looked a bit awkward. Off the chest there. Couldn't hang on to that. Caught a Gembrook cockatoo. Was Fedoni. Umpire calls it the play on. Little kick off the ground towards the boundary line. Leading in the race for the balls. Our Djohan Mustard man.
And look who was arriving late, the mixed bag Wybrot. He's always around it, Walshy.
Licorice, all sorts. So we can hear a bit of the racist in the background there as well, up there in the dog track. Well, we are a very multi-sport area up here. Up she goes this time. In front, Neil got the tap out. Here's an opportunity now. Tackled there. Was it in the back against Shearer? Umpire said no, play it on. Oh, I think Williams may have copped one in the face. Umpire said it was okay. Here we go.
Oh,
It's a kick on
no.
destruction.
And
So they wiped each other out. And here it goes. Seville. It's in the hands once more there of Timmermeister. He shouldn't be wearing that number up there. It throws us right off. But here we go. Strobeck sets a bit of a screen there for his teammate.
Good
but
pick
not
up.
good enough to get the footy. Picked up and going around the corner once more into the centre area of Seville. Well, this is going straight through there. Nice and hard too was Scortino. Couldn't hang on to it for Seville, but the ball's just still handballing it around all over the
Good
place.
fend off.
Great fend off, as Matt said. Into that 450 goes Seville once again. Mark out the back.
Basto.
This is Basto.
He's been pretty good down there.
Compulsory
Basto.
knee brace. It runs in the family. Basto, that's Tim out there outside the ground. The ball is being knocked out of everybody's hands. It's picked up there. Handball over the top by Bathgate. Now it's been kicked long down the wing, but there's only several players there, and the big fella in Mullett.
They need to make him accountable.
Takes a very simple chest mark. He can go short. There's a couple of free players running off the half-back flank. And that is Ackland once again.
So Josh Ackland in the centre square. Seville, he's just going to pop it up to centre half forward. He's got the leading target there in Pereira. He's kicked 3. This goal could be too easy. He's going to try and make it harder for himself. He slaps it towards the boundary line.
Right.
Working hard there with him was Hartridge. Did really well. Did really well to Garanger Hartridge. He's done brilliantly there, the Gembrook man. As in, is he giving away a free kick though? The umpire, you've got to signal something, son. And it is going to be a free kick. We're not sure what for. Andrew Eddington, I think he said legged. I can only assume.
Looks like he's got around.
We're all dumbfounded here, but it is a free kick going to James Young, the left footer. If Sean Webster's smart, or Bathgate, sorry, they should be manning that left foot swing around. He's going to kick on a 45-degree angle from about 35 metres out.
Trying to drag a 50 out.
He's already got one today, James Young. He'll start on the paint. He'll walk in. The wind has died down. It's a dead pocket there. He's just fading out towards the left. The kick starts right and comes back. It's a goal. So Seville get it. A dubious free kick. We're not sure what for, but James Young has kicked his second of the day. Seville's 6th. They are 6-1-37 to Gembrook 2-2-14. We've gone 7 minutes in this third term.
Well, I'm not mistaken. I think he signalled that he actually dragged the footy underneath himself. But
I don't think there was a tackle.
If anything, I thought Hartridge might have actually been tackled right.
Yeah, I thought Hartridge did brilliantly there. He did well. Brent Pereira in a one-on-one so far today has been unstoppable, and I don't think Garanger Hartridge did anything wrong there. But alas, things don't always go your way, Leo. No. 7.5 minutes gone, and the Brookers need the next couple.
I've never known the rules of the game as it was, so back in
the they got my mate Wybron in the middle as well, Gembrook.
Dobby goes in, throws it up. It's Neil who gets a tap out for Gembrook Cockatoo. There's your little terrier once more. Gets thrown out of the back.
There is the mixed bag.
Wybron, little handball out there. Gembrook Cockatoo go further forward there through Hartridge. It's inside forward 50. Can they get a goal out of this? Good tackle laid there by Shudikoff. Well done, Walshy. There we go once more. Keep your feet if you can there, Trevorrow. Slides in.
Tell you what, if there was ever something deliberate, that was deliberate. No, he slapped it out. That was deliberate.
Yeah, I know that. They're just not going to get it. So throw in front of the old scoreboard. It shows a Seville 37, Gembrook Cockatoo 14. Haven't kicked the goal since the 5-minute mark of the second quarter to Brookers. And desperately need one. Understatement it is. And it's going to be a ball up. About 35 metres out from the Brookers goal.
In the words of Bruce McAvaney, they need the next one.
Do they? No, usually it's a question. Do they? Neil got the tap out once again. We'll try and get it there. Kick it off the ground. Throw it in the air. Kick it off the boot. Over your head. Do anything, Brookers, if you can. There's a lot of them all trying to do the same thing. Maybe too many around the football. Umpire just lets it go on. And on hands and knees, reserve grade footy. And it's going to be another ball up. Does become a bit of a rugby ball, doesn't it, sometimes?
This is what Seville have done all day, though. When it's in deep in defence, they've congested it up.
That's well unto them. Mullett puts the right fist in it. It actually clears the football out a bit there for Gembrook Cockatoo. They just can't get hold of it. Hartridge didn't have it. Umpire says play on two. Several players tackle one. Gembrook player. And umpire Clarkson says I'll ball it up.
Gembrook got Basto sitting here, kick behind the play. Went for the quick kick out.
I would have thought he'd separate himself.
You would think so,
you'd
wouldn't
think
you?
so.
Get away from there. That's a bit better, Timmy. So we're still there fighting on the 50-metre arc.
Has he got the colour-coded knee brace on there?
It's been handed
coloured
down in generations to generations.
Does it give any support, or is it just ceremonial?
I don't know. His old man had big metal side buckles on it. It's been picked up here, kicked around the corner by a Trevorrow of Gembrook Cockatoo. All the marks been dropped. Unfortunately, it's been rushed through. We're behind the Gembrook Cockatoo. And mark dropped there by Shudikoff.
He's been quiet.
Could have kicked his 50th. 2-3-15 Gembrook. 6-1-37 Seville. Community Bank scoreboard. Been gone.
Another rush behind.
Oh, gee.
So the quick play in there from Seville. They're trying to break him out. It'll be... Here he is. Digi. He's got a kick. Digi Domenico goes long out towards the half-back flank. It's a great kick. Not a bad one. And he finds his target there in Brandon Stevens. Stevens now for the Blues goes long down to centre wing. They've been a bit more direct, the Blues, today. And it looks like it's going to go towards the interchange bench. And it does. Snapped around the corner, though. And it's going to come back and it looks like can play on. Quickly worked out there by Wareham, or Cox, sorry, goes long inside 50, and Djohan Mustard is taking a contested mark against his own player. Deep in defence, right on the AFL Yarra Rangers logo. Look how perfect that looks out here at Healesville. That kick doesn't look that good off the boot, but it's found its target in the middle of the ground. Cam Trainor. Trainor plays on. That's an awkward kicking style, but it's going to have a lot of legs on it. Good luck catching that. Back into the pack was Wareham. He dropped it and it's come out to Young. That man, he's got 2 for the day. Snaps it around the body. Strobeck does well getting back. That's a good mark from Sven.
Need some of the switch.
So Sven he's spotted someone in the middle and he's got there to Webster. Webster takes the mark. Needs to keep it moving, Sean Webster. And he does. He goes, he kept it moving. But he kept it moving straight into the hands there of Matt Wathen. So the Blues, they're going to get to counteract again. The Brookers just cannot connect between the half back line and the half forward line. Wathen goes long back to where it came. And sitting under the footy there. Coming across with Saniga. That's another strong mark by Sven Strobeck. He's been pretty good. You can't talk any ill words of the Gembrook defence today. They've done well. He's found Widebot. There he is. The mixed bag. He looks good here. Swings onto his right boot in the centre square. Goes out wide looking for the leader, Shudakoff. Shudakoff going to get there on the bounce. He's got Digi in support or in chase. He gives a little shove. No need for that. And it's run over the boundary line right on the 50-metre arc for Gembrook. We've gone 11 and a half minutes here in the third term. It's Seville 6-1-37. Gembrook Cockatoo 2-4-16.
Don't know why they lead out wide on this big ground, mate. You could ignore that if you want. You head into the centre corridor, move it straight down the middle of the ground. They didn't do that. Someone's been thrown off the footy without having hold possession of it.
It was the 2 ruckmen doing battle there.
And it's going to be another ball up.
Mullett would be getting on top in this quarter, wouldn't he, Walshy?
Yeah, 7 hit-outs to 4 this quarter.
Ball up once again. Mullett once again gets the better of that, but unfortunately for Seville, it lands into the hands there of Gembrook Cockatoos. More kicks it into that forward pocket. Is it
good mark. That's a mark.
Mark Andrew out in the full, I'd imagine.
That's a mark.
Yeah, it doesn't matter because Seville have got it out of the back pocket, long down the pavilion side of the ground. A lot of players there go up. No one got within cooey of the footy. Time your jumps if you can. Umpire calls them to play on. They get another kick out of the congestion there. Is that Young once more on the right foot? It might have been someone else on the right foot, but poor kick, and they turn it straight back over. The mark's been taken by Trevorrow. Trevorrow. Kick
goes
long.
Shudakoff's got him one out.
Whoops.
Bounce. The bounce of the footy's doing everything.
That's
a throw. It is a throw. Umpire said throw. He's even gone with the action. He hasn't gone the normal throw. He's gone the overhead soccer, throw it in. But it's going to be a free kick to your man, Alex Shudakoff. This could be 50, Leo, and it's a much-needed one.
Put it down. Right. I've never seen a throw like that.
That was the overhead smash. I don't know what Jack Wiener-Rhoda was thinking.
Goal for Gembrook if he gets it.
He needs this. Shudakoff kicks behind. He just leant back on it. That's his first score of the day.
Judge that,
one
Bruce,
behind.
boys.
It's 2-5-17 to 6-1-37, and Seville bring it back in quickly, and they find a target in Marcel Timmermeister in the 22 today. Long kick out to centre wing. That's a good kick. Dropping the mark out there for the Blues was Trainor, it looks like. But they're doing well here, the Brookers. Handball out of there by Darcy Williams. Found his man. He's going to kick it back towards the Shudakoff direction. Swinging back under the footy there was Wiener-Rhoda. It's on the deck. Djohan got knocked off it. Trevor's there again. Could there be a high tackle? Umpire says nothing. Do it. Dropping the footy there. Seville plays playing basketball. Djohan Mustard tried to burst away. I don't know how he got rid of that. Bursting away from the pack and getting through them there was brilliantly done by Brandon Stevens. He goes down the corridor. Strobeck's underneath it. Won the ball to ground. Good work there by Basto. Laying a shepherd for his teammate. Working out there is Daniel Koch. They force it forward, but it comes out to Saniga. Saniga snaps it around the body, looking for the runner there, and Trainor. Trainor marks it at centre half forward for the Blues. He holds it up now.
Going to give it off.
And he looks like he's going to... I thought he was going to keep going. Well, as you said, he's now going to wheel around the right boot. It's an ugly-looking kick, but it's found the runner there, and Aaron Knight. Knight's going to steady and almost missed a lot. That's a let-off. Seville 6-2-38. Gembrook 2-5-17. Neither side can kick straight this quarter. We've gone 14 and a half minutes in the third term.
Well, equal opportunity, 7 shots to 8, and that should have been a give-me goal there to Seville, so let off the hook a bit there to Brookers. Kick it in from full back from the dog track end. It's a 3-on-1 situation there. Can the Brookers get it out? Just thrown out the back of the pack. Nothing going Gembrook's way. Ducked under a tackle and did it nicely. Was Knight.
Good call out.
Seville. And the kick finds his teammate then, Stevens, about 35 metres out, 45-degree angle. Got a good look at it here through the Valavision screens. And opportunity here too. A-grade Nepal has got started at this stage. Yay 6, lead at Kinglake 3, which would be the first quarter. And the Coldstream A-grade netball coming in. Moves allow for the Bruisers. Is going to swing further around to tell this line nicely. And Brandon Stevens kicks his first. And Seville just starting to get a bit of a foothold there. 7-2, 44. Leading Gembrook Cockatoo 2-5-17. Community Bank scoreboard 15.5 gone quarter number 3. And nothing working right for the Brookers. All going well.
Walshy, what part of the game, according to the stats, did Gembrook need to lift in? Where are they losing this game?
Everywhere.
Everywhere. Well, everywhere, lots of it. But in the clearances, the contested footy, what's the go here, mate? Who's winning those clearances?
Clearance is pretty even at the minute.
So they're just not making the most of it. It's that efficiency.
That's it. Just turning the ball over. Turnovers is killing them.
So we'll go again. Neil's gone back in the ruck and he wins the tap straight to the keg on legs. The Alan Morgan medalist, Dylan Trevorrow, but it's gone straight to Djohan Mustard. He hasn't had a man all day. The long sleeves, pops it out in front of his target. It's a good mark taken out here by the runner there, and Trainor is coming into it. He's a good mark. I don't know about the kicking style. It's a good mark taken there for the Brookers in Daniel Cock. So Cock, quick play on, goes short, kicks it back to where it came from. Cameron Trainor. It's been the story of the day.
Too many turnovers.
So Trainor, he's got Djohan Mustard for the handball, but he's going to go low down the line looking for his target in Stevens. It got out the back there, and it will find its way to Ackland, who just can't quite keep it in. And we'll have a boundary throw in about 70 metres out from the Seville goal. They lead 7-2-44 to Gembrook 2-5-17.
Seville were just too quick for him.
Yeah, the big ground, you're right.
Got the bigger guys.
You said it early, Walshy, and I can't help but agree with you.
Quick enough.
So Neil got it down. It's hacked forward out of there by Brenton Reid. Djohan Mustard came back and Nick Scortino got the crumbs. He goes short and finds his target there in Aaron Knight, who plays on. Well done by Trevor. Got the tackle in. It should be a free kick to Sven. And it is. Ray Dobby needs to get used to his signals though. Grabbing the shorts, not the jumper there, but it's a free kick to Sven Strobeck, who's been good in this term. He goes laterally and finds his target. So the Brook is building from the back here. As Hartridge finds Bathgate. But they're just very deep in defence. They need to go quickly. And he kicks to Hartridge, takes the mark. He's got two out here on the boundary side, on the van side. But in the end, he's going to have to go long. Reed's going to have to fly. They're all coming in. Turner as well. Got two hands to it. Couldn't bring down the mark. Got the crumbs though, Ben Turner, and swings around, snaps it around the body. It's Djohan or Djohan and Trevor. Trevor does well to bring it to ground. Now running onto it and trying to hack it forward. There was Bathgate. He couldn't quite do that. It's now swung out to Aaron Knight, who slams on the boot and looking for a target. Strobeck dropped the mark. Young was there, picking it up. Here's Trainor. He's had a massive third quarter, this Trainor. Handballed as he got flipped over the top. It's fallen out to Pereira, who's got touched off the boot. I thought he had four.
Crowd were going crazy.
I thought he had
there,
four. That's a touch behind for Brent Pereira, and it was a frantic piece of footy there for a minute and a half. We've gone 18 and a half minutes here. Gembrook Cockatoo 2-5-17. Seville 7-3-45. Gee, the Brookers, they desperately need one, but I don't see them getting it down there in a minute and a half. Yeah, he's starting to, I would say kick away, but shoot away in the netball. They're up 14-8 as we swing it out of defence. Long kick down the line, out the back, taking a strong mark is Atkins. Atkins will pop it up inside forward 50. Good smother by Neil, but winning the race to the footy there and running onto it. Looked to be, it's a good tackle, whoever it was. Great work there by Jorgensen, but he's then wrapped up by Atkins and he's going to get pinged. So good double pressure there from Atkins after Scortino was wrapped up by Jorgensen. So Atkins will have another go. His last kick was smothered.
Good second effort from him there.
It was.
Atkins.
Short kick, looking for Young, just over his head. He got a hand to it though. It comes down to Strachan. He gives the fend off, give it back to Young in the pocket. Left foot ball from the boundary, swinging back. It's hit the woodwork. That would have been another goal of the day. James Young kicks his first behind the day, and the Gembrook Cockatoo play on quickly. It's 7-4-46 Seville. Gembrook 2-5-17.
They try to keep them. Can they get it up the other end? Good tackle laid there by Dean Smith. And we thank you, Pretz, for those messages as well. We'll go through all these netball scores just as we hit three-quarter time. So it's a ball up with umpire Eglinton. Can Gembrook get a bit of a score before the three-quarter time siren goes? Little handball comes out the back to Smith. Left foot kick, doesn't go too far. The keg on legs, couldn't pick it up. Seville could through Djohan. He kicks it up very, very high. Nobody can take that mark. This man's been dangerous and strong. He got tackled straight away there by Williams. He goes and picks it up as well. Here's a fighter, Darcy Williams. The ball goes out once more. Strachan on the left foot. Siren sounds. That'll be no score. Nope, no free kick either. So it is three-quarter time here in the reserve grade grand final between Gembrook Cockatoo and Seville. And at three-quarter time, we see a Seville handy lead, 7-4-46. Leading Gembrook Cockatoo 2-5-17 Community Bank scoreboard. Yes, Matthew.
Yeah, goal kickers Brett Pereira, goalless in that quarter, but he still leads all comers with 3. And there's 2 to James Young, 1 singles to Brandon Stevens and Aaron Knight for the Blues, whilst for the Brookers, it's just the single goal kickers Trevora and Jack van der Zwart. Of course, it's a big final term coming up here. The A-grade netball, Yay, 14 lead Kinglake 8. They've got out to an early lead there.
They have.
And it's going to be a big quarter from your boys if they want to get up here, Leo. And
well,
Nath.
they'll need to do something. They've had a fair amount of play, just can't get it up forward. Throw a few things around, put your best players where the footy is. We'll see what's going to happen after a short break when we go back to the studios of Yarra Valley FM.
The ball out of defence, Jack van der Zwart and Sven Strobeck. They've kept the minute down there. It could be a lot bigger than it is. And for the Blues, James Young's been pretty hard to handle off that half-forward flank. The little pit bull, Gary Tanusen, he's been in and under a lot. Kai Mullett starting to get on top in the hit-outs as well, she was reporting to us. And Brent Pereira has kicked 3 miracle goals so far.
He has indeed. And some of the stats, they point anywhere where Gembrook can maybe pick up Walshy.
They need to take some marks inside 450. They've taken 1 mark inside 450 all game.
There you go.
To Seville 6. But Seville winning the hit-outs 33-24. Centre clearances Gembrook 7-3. Inside 50s 28 Seville, 16 Gembrook. As I said, 6 marks inside 50 to Seville, 1 to Gembrook. Stoppage clearances 14 to Gembrook, 9 to Seville. Turnovers 30 to Gembrook, 28 to Seville, where Gembrook had 15 that quarter. 12 free kicks, Gembrook 8 Seville. 2 out of the full to Seville, 1 to Gembrook, and 1 50-metre penalty against Seville.
Yeah, I think you can just see the fact that the marks inside 50.
Well, that just indicates the ball's not going in there.
Not a lot, and look, it's just a bit more efficiency there. They've got some good players up front there.
How many turnovers did you say, sorry, Walshy, for Gembrook?
30
turnovers.
28 to Seville, but there was 15 to Gembrook that quarter.
15 in that quarter, and then the hit-outs, I think, was that about 15 hit-outs in that quarter alone to Kai Mullett? That's a big quarter from any ruckman. It was a big move, as you said, at half-time,
They tried something different.
They put David Neal down forward and tried the smaller men of Jorgensen and Connor Moore in the ruck, and it didn't quite work. In the A-grade grand final, Leo, they were 15, but Kinglake have pegged a couple back there on 12.
Well, yep.
So it could tighten up there across the dirt track. But
you can see the flags fly. Big crowd around the netball courts
Daniel
as well.
Wilkie starting in the middle for Gembrook.
Here we go, the skip up.
Got to put your good players where they are. And they asked the captain to do the job. Sorry, Walshy.
No, that's all right. No, you're all good.
Still waiting for a lot of players to get off the ground at the moment. The Gembrook boys just... there's the Gembrook ones. And just trying to get off the ground.
Keep a couple of them on there, mate. You need a couple extra running around there in defence.
There's only one little gate to get through, so you go single file to get out.
Herding the cattle.
I certainly do. We'll get the senior sides up a little later on as well. Did you? You didn't do it, did you, Walshy? Thank you very much for that. Give him one task to do. So we're going to have to get them checked out very, very quickly. But Ray Dobby will get us underway for what will be the final quarter in the Division 2 Grand Final Reserve Grade. And the last straggler just gets through the gate.
Close the gate, lock it up.
Lock them up.
We're ready to go.
Out. Get the okie dokie to start. 20 minutes of footy left. Can the Gembrook Cockatoo just mount some sort of a comeback? I hope they do. The ball goes up in the air. Here they go. Neil probably got the better of that. Can they get the centre clearance out there through Wareham? He tried to do so, but there's that man once again. He's been good since quarter time in Strachan. Gets the ball out there for Silva. It's been turned over. Also trying to pick the footy up there for Gembrook Cockatoo is Trevora. And that just spills free. It's on the left foot. An awkward looking kick by Turner. And was that good enough to find a teammate? No, Williams got knocked off the footy. The umpire said it was okay. In the forward line there, spin around, left, right, back to the right side though, Shudakoff. Can he kick goal number 50? No, it's still been knocked back into play. Here's an opportunity. Williams, there was a sleeper hold there played. There's a free kick on that.
All right.
Eventually.
Looks like it'll be Darcy Williams.
It will be Darcy Williams.
Runs like his old man as well. And the Darcy Williams. Opportunity to put the first goal of the last quarter on the board. Exactly what the Gembrook Cockatoo side would have wanted. And not mucking around either. So Darcy Williams from point blank range. Walks in, goes bang and puts the goal on the board.
Exact start Gembrook needed. It's an understatement.
Quick start.
That's what they wanted, didn't they? 3-5, now 23. That's all they could do, just picking back one at a time. 7-4-46. Seville. We've took 1 minute into the final quarter.
Well, you spoke, Walshy, about Daniel Wilkie going on the ball, but also Bryce Wareham's on there as well. So you're right. They've put all their big guns on the ball here. It's going to be a big last quarter of effort. Shudakoff getting involved. That's a good sign.
That's exactly right.
Of course, he's still stuck on 49. Trevor is sniffing around it as well.
He's starting to get in the game.
Yeah,
Shudakoff got
it'll be
a couple
nervous
of touches
times.
late in
Speaking
that
of
third
nervous
quarter.
times, over in the A-grade grand final, it's 16 apiece between Yay and King Lake. We'll keep those updates coming as David Neal flies up against Kyle Mullett and he wins the hit out again. That's going down. He's trying on hands and knees Wilkie, and there's going to be a free kick for holding the man. It's going Gembrook's way. The tide's starting to turn. Bryce Wareham in the centre circles.
Kick along, son, straight.
And he does. Goes long down centre forward. Shudakoff's got the sit here. Unmack came across. Could have marked it. Heard voices. Went the spoil. Kai Mullett got the kick down the line. It should be all Gembrook, but leading the race is that man, James Young. It drills past him. He keeps it in behind. And a great pick-up coming through his trainer. He whacks it forward for the Blues. One-on-one down there is Pereira. Well done there out the back by Brenton Reid, who rushes it through for a behind. Very well done by Brenton Reid. And the Brookers will look to bring it back into play very quickly. It'll be that man, Reid. Kick it out this side, son. He's taking a bit of time. And he goes long, sort of central. They need a mark here, the Brookers. It's fallen out the back, and it might work out for them, though. He spent it before he had it, though, did that man. And Kai Mullett swung it inside forward 50. Here comes Young. Drop the mark. He's going to get the crumbs, though. Picks it up. Left foot drop. Punt is a goal. James Young's got his third, and doesn't he like it? The Seville fans, they reckon they've ticked off one for the day. They kick it back out there, 8-5-53. It's a 5-goal margin. Gembrook 3-5-23. It's been a frantic 3 minutes in this last term. Brookers are looking better, but they couldn't afford to have that one go
Not at all, Matt. And King Lake have hit the front in the A-grade netball. Absolutely come to a dead hold stop as Yay, 19-16. What a comeback there, the girls.
They're
from
shooting
King
with
Lake.
the wind.
Must have a bigger ring at one end. I'm not quite sure, but Young, wasn't that a great goal from deep in that forward pocket?
Down there today, James Young.
3 goals, so it's back with umpire Eglinton. Gembrook have got to kick 5. They've only kicked 3 for the afternoon. What can they do about that? Mullett once more slaps it to the ground. He's been doing that quite often. Strachan couldn't do much with it, nor could Knight of Seville, but springs out there to Gembrook way. Can they get some sort of a lucky bounce? Wareham tapped it further forward. Handball comes out. Picked up by Smith. Very quick kick into that forward 50.
Shudakoff has the mark.
Finally takes the mark. Does
go back quickly. This is for 50.
He's stuck on 40. He's been stuck on 49 goals for the last 3 years, I think. So Alex Shudakoff need this goal from about 45 metres by the time he kicks this. It goes left and keeps going left. It's not within kill of the goals. In fact, it stays in play. Picking it up there. Secondary there was Moore. What can he do with that? Got tackled and turned it over. And out goes Seville from the outer side of the ground. Long towards the outer side. And the keg on legs takes it now. Little quick kick on the back foot. Lee Atkins over the top. Big spoil there for Seville. Good enough to go back and get it as well. Picked up that time and kicked around the corner. That could have been Scortino. I couldn't quite see who it was. It was Scortino. The Young is up there again once more for Seville. Centre wing out of side. And umpire Eglinton says, I'm going to ball this up. Opportunity lost there by Gembrook.
Yeah, they needed that one. Shudakoff. He's not had his kicking boots on today, the big full forward. The leading goal kicker of the year for the Division 2 reserves. It's slapped forward by Mullett. Coming through was Basto, and he took a couple of blokes with him. Ending up with the ball, there's Wareham. Wareham got his handball over the top to Turner. His kick find Neal, who got it, was touched off the boot. He tries to get it through to the keg on legs. The little creatures. Trevor, he got through 2 tackles, got his handball, and he's going to get a free kick. Thanks there, Walsh. He slung off the ball, wasn't he? That's all right, mate. I'm happy for it. Trevor now, let's have a game. He goes long inside. That's a great kick. And he's got a mark. Ben Turner takes the mark, turns. Has he got the leg in him, boys?
Well, he's got 2 of them, so hopefully one of them's long enough. And that was a better kick.
It was a great
trajectory
and he's
more
giving hands
penetration.
Turner off the Hartridge. And it's gone left, but it might just fall in the hands of Shudakoff. He's been paid the mark.
That's a mark.
Give him 50.
Game on here, boys.
He's been paid the mark. Whilst he's getting excited, he's taking over the play-by-play here. Is it Shudakoff?
Yeah, it is.
It's Shudakoff for 50. He can't miss from here, can he, Leo?
Well, I hope not. And, I hope we've got the security around there so the crowd don't just jump on him for kicking 50.
Do you do that for 50 up here, do you?
Shudakoff.
He's got it.
It's there. He's got 50. Raise the bat, son.
Well, they're not going to jump over.
A little acknowledgement. They've kept the fences high enough for him to get in. All of a sudden, Gembrook 4-5-29. They keep their pulse alive. We've gone 6 minutes in this last term. Seville 8-5-53. They lead by 4 goals. Walshy, any stats that matter there? A couple of marks inside 50 now for the boys.
Yeah, they've taken 3 marks inside 50 this quarter.
That's good signs. That's what you wanted for them.
4 inside 50s, 3 centre clearances.
I'll tell you what, while she's excited.
Well, they didn't jump the fence because that
No,
would
they
be the
didn't.
Seville crowd over
Exactly,
there.
wrong crowd. They're all.
Wrong crowd.
It's a 165-metre
Nah.
sprint from there, Leo.
No, none of them are going to run from there. Ball that once again. Mullett goes thump, gets a
that's a
clearance
great
with a
hit
big
out.
thump. It wasn't a great hit out. Finds a teammate as well. They go left, they go right. The handball by Trainor. And now they go long into that forward
Oh,
50.
no.
It's bounced over everybody's head. This could go through for 8.
Well done.
Rush behind.
Throwback.
Oh,
Well,
geez, it was just going the right way too, wasn't it? 8-6-54 now. Seville 4-5-29. Gembrook Cockatoo.
Jake
7
Strong
gone.
went the barrel there, the
Important.
running barrel.
The running
Could be an
barrel.
important point. 25 points.
Kick it out there. Is that liquid all sorts down
That's the
there?
mixed bag. Wybrot.
Over the back, big leap there, Seville. They can't. Oh, took a bit too long to get the boot the ball for Gembrook. Was
Turnover.
Reed. Spills free once more. Around
Knight.
the corner by Knight.
That's game.
And that could be good night. As Aaron
That's his
Knight
second.
kicks his second, like Matthew said. 9 on the board to the Blues. 9-6-60. Leading Gembrook Cockatoo 4-5-29. Community Bank scoreboard 7.5 gone.
Well, Kinglake and the A-grade netball across the road have completed the come
Wow.
from behind here. They lead 22-19.
What
I'd
quarter's
say
that?
that's halfway through the third, by my count.
Well, we can actually check it.
We can actually check it, but Kinglake, I don't know what they've done after that quarter time break, Walshy, but they've turned it around.
Certainly have. Yeah.
Well, Gembrook have started this quarter so much better, but they've leaked a
Seville
couple of
have just
goals
cut
down the
them
other
down.
end.
Yeah.
They've just kept them in check, so we're back to that original three-quarter time lead of 31 points for the Blues. An important point that while she spoke about coming to it, Mullett won the hit out and then went and tried to crumb his own footy. The keg on legs showed a bit more candy. He's leaving it everywhere today. Kick out in front of Andrew Moore. The 237s go for it. Djohan Mustard was grappling with him. Moore hacks it towards the boundary line. They want deliberate, but again, as we've said all day, I don't think anyone deliberately means anything today.
No,
And they'll be out for a boundary throw in right in front of the Yarra Rangers Football and Netball League sign.
Not going to give us the quarter-by-quarter scores yet.
That's
Netball
all right.
At the moment, I can get it on the phone, but nonetheless, Kinglake 22, Yay 19, A-grade netball, throwing out aside, goes back towards the boundary line now. Gembrook need to get that ball back very, very quickly. Seville actually helped them out by handball it back into that forward 50.
Chris Unmack didn't want to borrow that, did he?
Unmack, the skipper, deliberate.
He saw the oncoming traffic and thought, I might just take this
Fumble
one
it
over the line.
Did that, the skipper of Seville. So throw in. Front of the light tower, dog track side of the ground. Mullett in front, double fist it down to the ground. There's a lot of players out there. Quick kick came out in a pack. It's bounced once, it's in towards that forward pocket. Chudikov
He's kept it in.
pushes his player out of the way. Check side
On the
kick.
right.
Absolutely doesn't check. He's kicked it 40 metres the other way. And it's gone out of bounds for a throw in.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. I think he saw Daniel Wilkie with his hands up there.
I think it was a check side banana which went straight.
Yeah, one of those Queensland bananas, not bent.
No, not at all.
It's deep in the forward pocket, though, for Gembrook. If they can keep kicking goals, there's still a sniff. Mullett won the tap down, and there's just a maul of players over the footy.
Can't
It
even
looks
see
like Jake Strawn's over there. Trevor came in and just pushed him off it. We'll go back and have an boundary throw in. The Seville crowd, they're pretty excited about it. They lead 9-6-60 to Gembrook 4-5-29.
Well, the crowd right in front of that footy at the moment.
Could be a long day for Seville fans out there. They've started early. It was an 11:55 kickoff, but they had the C-grade netball as well.
Coming back, yay, 21-24,
Exactly.
3 goals over there in the A-grade.
Tap down from Mullett. It's out the back here. Who can get hands on it for
There's a
Gembrook? It
chance,
looks
Wilkie.
like Wilkie. The right foot snap over the shoulder. Shudikov's going to get front spot. Had 2 hands on it. Well done there by Djohan. Djohan runs away now. The Mustard. The check side's out in front of the runner. And it's bounced up beautifully for him. Nice little kick down the line there. And it finds the target in Young. Young swings around. Goes long to centre half forward. Wybrot does well to get a spoil across the body. Picked up by
good
Aaron Knight.
pickup.
Aaron Knight's left foot kicks towards Pereira and Strobeck. Pereira one-handed mark. Plays on snap. Goal. 4 for Pereira. And he's got the finger waggle going on. The Division 2 Reserves Premiership looks like it's heading to Seville. They're 10-6-66. Gembrook Cockatoo 4-5-29. We've gone 10.5 minutes here in this last term.
Oh, one-handed mark. I don't even.
He doesn't kick the easy ones, does he?
I'll just run around. I'm dead in front, but I want to kick a check side, round the corner, whatever you like to call it.
Well, even the one that he did kick from the goal square in the second
Over his
quarter,
head,
he
while
still kicked it over his head.
He likes the degree of difficulty.
So Pereira, 4 goals for the morning and afternoon.
Just too easy there out of defence. Just strolled out of
Well,
defence
that's
there.
probably the best bit of
It
play.
was beautiful play. Djohan to Timmermeister to Young to Pereira.
And Young did well to keep it in. Lucky it was on his left side, and they just did it quite nicely, didn't they? They played the better footy, so it's back in the middle now with umpire Clarkson. Throws it up in the air. Mullett's been good all day in the ruck. Well, that's just thrown out left-handed there, I thought, by Strachan. The umpire's blindsided. Long kicking to the forward line by Trainor. Oh, it's going to go through. I think it has. He's kicked that from inside the centre square. And
what, it's party
raining
time.
goals. And that's Cameron Trainor. He puts through his first goal.
Deserved the goal. He's been a good player today, Cameron Trainor.
I don't care. Got the sooks now. 11-6-72 Seville. 4-5-29. Gembrook Cockatoo. Great play. Ruckman don't get enough kudos.
No,
Matthew.
that was great work from Kai Mullett. And there's
But
a
the
few,
throw
there's
out,
a
the
few,
little left-handed
that was
throw
a throw
out, a little
from Jake
Jakey
Strachan. Little rugby pass, saw the offload, saw the front rower
And there was a
steaming
forward
through.
pass as well.
I don't know. Well, the refs, they haven't been good enough here on the 40-20s.
Blindside. They were blindside.
It's all right.
Outside.
Liam Clarkson, he's been good today. Chucks it up. Kai Mullett is dominated in this second half. Neil wins the tap, though. It's out in front of Wareham, but it gets out the back to Lee Atkins, who just slams it on the boot. High. It's going to be a downfield free kick.
Took the mark anyway.
So Sonny Saniga,
He's been all right too.
he's been all right. He's going to chip it inboard. He's going to pop it up.
Got
It's
the
just
woods.
an up and under. It's a hospital pass, but
Oh,
Aaron Knight's
wait.
taking a great mark.
Mark of the day, that one.
Well, it was almost uncontested in the end. How many marks inside forward 50 now for the Blues?
That's 7. 7 for the game.
7 for the game. It's about 3 or 4 more, I would have thought, than the Brookers. Sorry, almost slipped up there.
Yes.
Aaron Knight now. He's exiting the forward 50. He's going to have a pot shot. He's kicked 1 this term and 2 for the game.
Oh, anywhere within 80, everyone's going to have a pot shot
Tell you
now.
what, Breeze coming over that right shoulder. Aaron Knight kicks from about 48 metres. He's got a fair chunk
kick.
of it. The
Good
wind's
looking
going to carry
kick.
it all the way.
He knew what
That's
he was doing.
wealth. It is party time here at the Healesville football ground for the Seville reserves. Even Chris Armack's coming all the way down from fullback to get involved. Aaron Knight kicks his 3rd. And they are 12-6-78 to Gembrook 4-5-29 in the 13th minute of this last term.
Mate, they've kicked 5 goals too this quarter to 2 goals straight. So
I guess the Brookers, they had to throw caution on the wind.
absolutely.
So it was either going to be a miraculous comeback or it was going to come straight back
It was
in their
gonna be a
faces.
blowout,
King Lake 26-22 in the A-grade netball as well over the dog track.
it's like throwing rubbish
Sorry, what was
over.
that? 26-22?
26-22 while she...
Up she goes once again. Oh, the ruckman got that. Just bounced straight back
Free
in the
kick.
circle. There's a whistle
The
on
pit
play.
bull.
Stack on the middle. And last man to get up. And there's that little pit ball. And Gary Chinison. And he's been good. Goes out laterally. Not a great kick. Over everybody's head. Luck's a fortune. Seville get the rebound now. Goes into that forward 50 or at the 50-metre mark now. Past the groping hands there of Mamaludi. Haven't seen him too much today. Back into that back pocket. Gembrook want to run up the centre of the ground. That has to hit a target. It does. And a good mark taken there by Hartridge. Needs to play on straight away.
Oh,
Don't
no.
go to the coach's box.
Found
I can't
its
see any
target.
reason
I
why
don't
we
know
want to do
how.
that.
I don't know how.
So the mark there and playing on straight away was Cock. Now what can they do with it? It's gone out of bounds on the full. Well, nothing working out at this stage for a Gembrook Cockatoo. And they kick it back in now. And I think Mamaludi did that and the mark's been taken over there. Is that Timmermeister? It
Yep.
is. Ooh,
He's off.
Wants to play on now. Been called to play on. Goes on the left foot. Has got good purchase on it. But too much. And it's gone out of bounds on the full. Once again, 15 nearly gone. So only
His final
about 5 to go in the grand final of 2018 in the reserve grade. Yarra Valley Cup up for grabs.
So it's a long boot down the line from Brenton Reid, and it's going to find a target. It's gone through the hands of Wareham. He might get it back here, though. Shearer knocks it on. It comes out. Good tackle from Wareham, but it's going to fall in the hands of Trainor. Trainor's Knight, little ball around the corner. Finds Pereira. He's got 4. Wants a handful. Gave the handball off to Tanuson. Tanuson swings around the corner. He doesn't have the leg on him, the big fella. And it's...
Oh, that's harsh.
He's a small man, as we've mentioned. And he's kicked that one, and it's going to go through for a boundary throw-in. So Seville, they've come here looking for 2 premierships in the footy, and it looks like they've ticked 1 off here. They lead 12-6-78 to Gembrook 4-5-29. They've come from 5th, the Blues, but as you said, Leo, both sides in, they can play a few senior blokes in the resis as they dive in to Noosan. We'll have a secondary ball up. It's been a good year for the Blues and a good year for the Brookers, of course.
Free kick.
Their netball's
Free
been pretty
kick
good
to
as well, but
Seville
it's a good work, Walshy.
Push it.
I was starting to chitter-chatter with Leo, and it looks like it's going to be a free kick going the way of Jack Wienerroder, one of the better names on the team sheet. And number 43 with the dreadlocks. He's going to go back. He's going to kick from just inside the 50, about the AFL Yarra Rangers sign.
It's a good spot to kick from. The goals open up a little bit from that angle.
With the very high goal post. And Wienerode trots in.
On the left
The
foot.
left foot ball. It's a nice spinning ball, but it's spun through the behinds. That's one behind for Wienerode. They are 12-7-79. Gembrook 4-5-29. It's blown out a bit further than it probably realistically is. We've gone 16 minutes here in the last term.
So last opportunity. Try and get a goal at the other end. Put a bit of respectability on it now. They kick it in from full back. Do Gembrook straight up the middle of the ground. Bruce holds it up. Lands on the 50-metre arc. Pushed out of the contest was Turner.
Too high, free kick to Gembrook.
And that should be a free kick.
Good work there on umpire watch, Walshy.
Yeah, so Turner's got it. Wants to play on straight away. Goes laterally once more. Goes into the pathway there.
Still in, just.
Fidoni. Just kept. He's gone out now. It took a week to get to that Fidoni.
Right, that probably summed up Gembrook's day,
I was
hasn't it?
thinking about saying that myself there.
So it's a throw in. They're just waiting for them. Just throw it in. What do these boundary umpires look over their shoulders for? Just chuck it in. Don't worry about the ruckman. Throw it in now. Mullett in the ruck. Neil got the tap out. Unfortunately, went straight down the throat there of Trainor of the Seville. Goes back down through the middle of the corridor. What can they do here, Gembrook? Young off the ground on the full. And the free kick once again going the way of Gembrook, and this time the recipient thereof will be Reid.
So Brenton Reid deep in defence. Time ticks away. Reid, he's kicked, found the little man, the pit bull, Tanusin. He's giving away height to literally everyone on the ground, but it doesn't stop him. He swings the right foot ball out wide. Sonny Saniga takes the mark, runs into 30 to put the icing on the cake. Sonny Saniga has floated it through.
Hey.
Get around him, and he loves it.
He kicked it back the front.
He has, I'll tell you what, he hasn't kicked it beautifully, but he's kicked it through. So Seville 13-7-85. Lead Gembrook 4-5-29. It's become a bit of a blowout. We've gone 18 minutes here in the last term, and over at the A-grade netball though, Kinglake hold a 1-goal lead, Walshy 26-25.
Well, it must be a very tight ring at one end and a very large one at the other, because
the crowd over there, they're getting excited. Seville are just a minute and a half away from the first premiership of the day on the footy field. And it's been an all-round performance from the Blues.
They've done well. They've held the lead every quarter so far. He is going quite well. You're absolutely right there, Matt. So back in the middle now. Umpire Dobby gets it once more. Throws it up in the air. Up they go. Did quite well. Could have got the free kick, Neil, in the rucking contest, I thought. Kicking it off the ground there. Trainor for Seville. They've got plenty of numbers. They are confident now. Handball at the cross. Unfortunately, snaffle up there by Trevora. He kicks it to the forward line there for Gembrook Cockadoo. Can they get one late just to put a bit of respectability on the scoreboard? It's going to be that ball up right on the 50-metre arc. And Gembrook Cockatoo.
A minute to go.
Not long at all to put up with this, and they know it's gone now, so a bit of the enthusiasm goes. Mullett puts the right fist into it, gains about 30 metres for the Seville Blues, goes out to the wing, nicely picked up and kicked further forward by Wright of Seville. I think that's a whistle on play. Mark was taken anyway there by Saniga. He can play on there, goes back into the centre corridor. Everybody wants to get in on the goal kicking. Marking playing on straight away. Trainor has been good. Kicks it into that full forward square and missed.
Yep. 30 seconds to go in the Division 2 Yarra Valley Water Reserves season. And they bring it out of back there with Wybrot, and he finds Ben Turner. He takes a mark on half back, and Ben Turner swings it around, looking for a target there. Vanderswaart, but it's found Ackland, whose mung is going to find Wilkie. That's good jukes. He has got sticky hands. Daniel Wilkie, the skipper, the losing skipper, and he chips it down the line, looking for his target and finding it. Can they have one more goal in 2018? Wareham goes long. Mac missed it. Shudakov's going to run onto it. Can he kick 51? He can't quite get his hands on it. Mac's going to take it over the boundary line, and he is
out of bounds.
So
again, the kick not to the
there it is.
Side didn't make any difference, but
Seville
there's the Sorry Matthew, and Seville Blues are the premiers for 2018. And I think that's correct. And Matthew, we're going to leave us as he's going to be going over there to the medal presentation. But I can let you know that the reserve grade grand final, the Yarra Valley Cup, has gone the way of the Seville Blues. 13 goals, 8, 86. They have defeated Gembrook Cockatoo 4-5-29. Quite comprehensively, I think, in the finish there, Walshy.
Yeah, absolutely. Seville were just too good on the day. Had the momentum over the last 4 or 5 weeks. Fantastic effort to come from 5th to win the flag, and well deserved in the end. Congratulations to the Seville Football Netball Club.
Yeah, they did it quite comfortably in the finish, didn't they? They had some very classy acts up front there. 3 goals to Aaron Knight, 4 goals to that man, Brent Pereira, and he's kicked 3 absolute beauties as well, if you
What's
don't
actually
mind.
good to see here is the Seville seniors who are coming out to have a warm-up. They're getting in there and giving the reserves boys a pat on the back and congratulating them as well. They've got their own game to concentrate on, but they're getting in there and celebrating as well with the boys.
Well, why not? Single goal kickers to Gembrook Cockatoo, Darcy Williams, Alex Yudikoff. It was goal 50 for the year, and well done to him winning the goal kicking in the reserve grade this year. Jackie Vandersvoort also kicked 1, as did Dylan Trevorrow, who won the Alan Morgan medal for the best player in the reserves in Division 2. For Seville, the leading goal kicker was Brent Pereira with 4. 3 went across to Aaron Knight. Singles there to Sonny Saniga, also a Cameron Trainor and a Brandon Stevens. But all in all, much too good on the day. Well done, Seville Blues, winning the Yarra Valley Water Cup, reserve grade Division 2 premiers for 2018. Also, I can let you know it's Yay 29-27 at the moment in the A grade netball. What we might do, Walshy, we can have a short break before the main game here between Yarra Junction and Seville. So we'll go back to the studios of Yarra Valley FM, and we'll be back here in about 10 or 15 minutes or so. And keep your dial on Yarra Valley FM, and we also catch you on Valley Vision. Thanks, Al. Yeah, start with 10 and we'll see how we go. I'm not quite sure. The players are out warming up. They're going to do the presentations anyway, so it's going to be a little while. No worries, I'll put the headphones on then. Thank you. Good luck.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we can make our way over to the diners to begin the presentation. Yeah, we got one. And I think we're in there having let's get going. Okay. Well done to both sides on a great game, and congratulations to Seville on winning the Division 2 Reserves Premiership. Commiserations to Gembrook, and well done on a great season. First, we'll get the umpires up to receive their medals. So from the field, Liam Claxon, Andrew Eggington, Ray Dobby. In the goals, Emma Femby and Philip Tobias. On the boundary, Callum Ludwig, Dylan Coppin, Lee Taylor and Ben Selby Hill. And the emergency, Kevin Jose. I'd now like to invite the losing coach, Adam Mitchell, to say a few words. Do I stand here? Yeah, up there, mate, please. Just first off, congratulations to the Seville boys. You're way too good for us today. And we knew you boys coming from 5th were, really here to play. So, too good. Congratulations and enjoy it. To our boys, pretty tough pill to swallow after finishing on top all year. But we stick together, we're a proud club, and we'll have a few beers tonight and think about what could have been, eh? Our supporters, the netball girls, bad luck as well. There's just no
club like our club, and we're a big family, and we'll stick together, and we'll come back bigger and better next year. So enjoy the night, boys. Thank you.
Thank you, Adam. I now ask Shane Smith to come on the dais to present the AFL Yarra Rangers Yarra Valley Water Medal for Best on Ground. And the winner is number 49, James Young. Okay. To all the premiership players, starting with number 3, Kai Mullett. Number 10, Lee Atkins. Number 13, Aaron Knight. The man with 2 jumpers, number 14, Marcel Timmermeister. Number 15, Jim Wright. Number 19, Saniga. Number 24, Jared Lansell. Number 26, Josh Ackland. Number 28, Jared Digi Dan Domenico. Language, mate. Number 29, Matt Wathen. Number 33, Brent Pereira. Number 34, Gary Tanuson. Number 37, Reese Djohan. Number 40, Cam Trainor. Number 43, Jack Wienerroder. Number 46, Brandon Stevens. Number 48, Aaron McNiff. Number 49, the best on ground, James Young. Number 55, Jake Strawn. Number 56, Nick Scortino. Number 58, Vincent Mamalidi. The captain, number 41, Chris Unmack. And the coach, Brett Hook.
Yep, sure. No worries, well, that's a great day. Just want to thank Healesville Football Club for the ground, putting us on today. The ground was in awesome condition. I want to thank the league for organising us all, and the umpires for keeping us all in line today. So, Gembrook Football Club, we've been waiting for a long time to knock you guys off. Round one, you got us, and then you got us again. And we had you in our sights, and we finally got there. So thanks a lot. It was played in really good spirit, so really appreciate it. Thanks, boys. Till next year. Sponsors and supporters of the Seville Football Club, thanks for being around all season. It's been really fantastic. It's been really good seeing you there, and we've appreciated your support. The Seville Reserves, well done, boys. Sensational. Well done.
Now to present the Premiership Cup and flag, Mark Sargent. Congratulations, Seville, the Division 2 Reserves Premierships for 2018.